All right. So I'm going to go live a little bit early today, just a few moments, just to get everything set up a little bit early for today. Getting a lot of messages, so you're gonna have a lot of a little beeps. I know that extra phone I got going on over there. Try to work with another customizer because man, some of the action figures I'm trying to get built, man, I've been talking about it with my Maniac Right Wrestling line. Why is it like I'm just trying to get like a figure built with a Hulk Hogan pose? I've been talking about it constantly, right? I'm just trying to get the action figure built where it's this part, the waist above. But it just seems like a lot of people are having a lot of issues building the figure from that part. And it's just from the waist up, have the Hogan body on the waist down. It's a Corporal Kirchner body. Yeah, a lot of the issues people are finding is, hey, the dimensions are going to be off. The upper torso of a Hogan is a lot larger than that of a Kirchner body. Got it. But you could scale it a little bit differently. Make the upper torso a little bit smaller. Maybe make the legs of the Kirchner bottom a little bit wider, longer, something like that, to make the scale a little bit more even, right? So if the figure has to be like 8.5, 8 3/4 inches, 9 inches in order to make the scales, make the dimensions a little bit more even and more balanced, so be it. But it just seems like a lot of people that I'm running into, it's either too much of a project for them to take on, or like I said before, maybe they just simply don't have the talent to do it, or they're trying to run into the point where building the military uniform over the figure is too much of a hassle, and they can't do it into the sculpting or the 3D printing. And I'm like, Ugh. And I might have to end up redesigning my figure because I wanted a whole U.S. uniform built onto the figure, right? And I'm probably not going to be able to do that. I'm probably going to have to do something like what the LJN did with the Corporal Kirchner figure. Maybe something like cargo pants and maybe just a regular T-shirt. Probably not like a wife beater like what Corporal Kirchner had, but like an actual either tan T-shirt, maybe a brown T-shirt, something like that, depending on what uniform I utilize. So right now, I'm just kind of seeing these messages coming from Tom Vague, who is one of the customizers that I'm utilizing or trying to utilize for some of these custom figures because other customizers I've utilized, we're not having the greatest luck right now. So, hey, what's going on, Herbs? What do you got here? I'm not sure what all this stuff means. So, hey, what's going on, James? Marina, how are you? Marina, hopefully you're doing pretty well. Sure. That clapping, what was that, a seal? That was pretty awesome. Dude, guys, I came across something. Now, I've seen this video a long time ago, right? So this isn't a video that's new to me or anything like that. But I want to get your guys' opinion on this. So I can see argument on both sides of the story here, but me, I'm generally I'm usually on the side of be a good sport, show good sportsmanship. But in this case, I'm going to be on the side of the runner and go ahead and celebrate all you want. So here's the scenario that played out. This is a situation that happened out of high school, maybe 6 months ago. Hey James, I appreciate all of the little gifts or what is it? I think they're called gifts. I don't know, but the little pictures, the little thumbs up gifts. I appreciate it. Um, So this had to be about 5 or 6 months ago. And again, it's an older story. I came across it way back when, and it popped up on my feed not too long ago, a few days ago. So I was watching it again, and it's a story that made me mad. So I guess there's a famous runner, marathon runner. I don't know, a pro athlete, sprinter. One after one of his meets, he wins the race, and in the celebration, he takes off his shoes, and like one of his coaches or whatever, he pulls out like a fire extinguisher and hoses down the shoes, right? To kind of elaborate that, hey, he's the Flash, and his shoes are on fire from running so fast. His form of celebration. It's like a batter hits a grand slam, and at the end, when right before he about to cross home plate, you got the three guys standing there, and then the batter who hit the home run. It's like he's throwing a bowling ball and knocks the three guys down to like as pins or something, right? Something crazy like that. It's just guys having goofing off, having fun, celebrating a huge accomplishment. So there's a girl, high school student, runs probably the fastest time, 400 track time, 400-meter race, and she celebrates. She runs up to the stands. Her father hands her a fire extinguisher. She brings it onto the track, and she hoses down her shoes. Something called a CIF in California. I know what CIF stands for in military terms, but I don't know what the hell that is in California. But I assume that's something to do with high school and colleges or whatever for sports. But they took away her award for winning that track. All because she was celebrating her victory during that track meet. Mm. And I'm like, that's and they took it away for bad sportsmanship. Now I can understand arguments on both sides of this because I can argue both sides of this realm, right? And usually I'll be on the side of, hey, show some class, show some good sportsmanship. These people, they didn't win. Again, be classy. You won. Be proud that you won. But also show some pride that, hey, you won. Be grateful that you won. Be happy. It's like whether you're in high school, elementary school, it doesn't matter. You win like a softball game or something. You get on the bus after your victory. You want to see everybody on the bus be all dead and mopey and whatnot, or do you want to see everybody happy, smiling, everything? Hey, whether it was a hard fought win or you crushed those guys, it doesn't matter. You want to be grateful. Whether you went 1-10 on the season or 10-0, every victory is important, right? So I just kind of want to see what your guys' opinions on something like that is. Like, you think that she should have been more classy and been more professional, for lack of a better term, or you think that she was okay and she was well within her right to celebrate any old way that she wanted? So, all right, that's all the gifts I have. Hey, James, I definitely appreciate all of them, buddy. Um, Generally, I did play baseball back in high school, but I haven't touched anything since then. Hey, James, Merry Christmas to you too, sir. Hey, KG, what's going on, man? All right. So I think one of my normal collaborators here on Saturday is running late today. Just got a message from him a little bit earlier. So, topic for today, man. Mattel LJNs. Huge topic because for a lot of guys, late 30s, 40s, 50s, man, people that grew up in late 70s, early 80s, that had the classic LJN wrestling superstars in the 80s. Now, obviously, it was before my time, so I didn't have the LJNs when I was a kid. I grew up in the 90s. I had Hasbro's in the 1990, 92 range, right? So I didn't know about these figures, the LJNs, when I was a kid. I didn't know about them until I talked about the Netflix series airing, 5, 6, 7 years ago. But the Mattel LJNs. For a lot of fans, nostalgia kicking back, seeing those darn figures on those pegboards in stores for the first time in 40 years, people are losing their freaking minds. Getting these figures back on stands is insane. So today, I went ahead and I opened up a bunch of these Series 1 figures, the ones I had duplicates of, so that I could sit the loose figures in front of their carded pieces, because that's how I kind of display my collections, right? And make sure I don't miss anybody's comments. And so, I mean, obviously Hulk Hogan's Hulk Hogan. It's a direct descendant, ripoff, whatever you will, of LJN. So we already know that the Mattel LJN of Hogan is a perfect figure. It's fine. Nothing really to complain about when it comes to Hogan. But then I started looking at like the other Mattel figures. And then I'm like, hold on a minute. In package, just like any action figure, really, they display fine. It's nice to have more figures to add to the collection, but are they really good pieces? I mean, if I were a kid, now imagine me being 5 years old, 6 years old, 7, 8, whatever, and I were 8 years old sitting down playing with this. Would I have fun as an 8-year-old sitting down playing with a John Cena action figure? With this particular, I mean, aesthetically, this is a fantastic looking piece. As a child, sitting down, wrestling with this, I would have zero entertainment with this. I would not put this figure down. This would have so much scuff marks. This would because this is plastic. This isn't like the rubber from LJN, right? So that would actually get broken. But this, you couldn't do anything with this, right? You think LJN, you think, your Ken Pateras, your one-man gang, to an extent, your Macho Man, right? A hand up, open hand, one hand closed, but these are not playables. I understand why they make so many of these type of figures, because they sit flat on the back of the card. So it's an easy bubble to seal to the back of a card. And with my own wrestling line that I'm creating, I might have one or two or 50, depending on how big the line gets, figures that look like this, because, like I said, they seal cleanly to the bubble, cleanly to the card. So, but this is no fun. It says never give up, and it says Cination. That's kind of lame. Hat's not removable. You something me. I can't really make out what the what's crossed out on the hat there. But good graphics. I mean, I like, the creases and stuff in the shirts and whatnot. Makes it look realistic. Good cab muscle. Yeah, I like this a lot because I swear to God, I went to the army, man. I had no freaking muscle tone, no definition whatsoever. The one thing I will tell you, you may not get arm strength built up like crazy when you go into the army. One thing you will build up in the army like crazy is calf muscles. You can have the smallest chicken legs in the world. I don't care. You are going to come home with the biggest, fattest calves in the world. And I still have chicken legs, man, but I promise you, I have some of the strongest legs out there. Oh, man, crazy. So, good looking figure. It's just bad pose, right? Good rubber, but they've already had pictures on Facebook of how these things break, so it's insane. One of the figures I was looking at, I was thinking about this might actually be one of the highlight pieces of the new line with Logan Paul, but and I get him in hand, I'm like, he's not anything spectacular either. I look at this and he's like a Tito Santana, and I've already said Tito Santana is like the worst LJN figure ever. The only thing that saves this piece is the fact that he does have a good head sculpt and that his color scheme is actually really freaking good. And like the color pops, the lettering with the raising of the letters on the vest. If it wasn't for such a bad play pose, this would be probably a highlight piece of the collection. But why? Why always the hands out? I don't understand. But I guess anytime you kind of see that part where you can like kind of feel feel underneath the shirt or whatnot, I guess that usually means that they're two pieces. So you have that little separation. So you know that it's not one solid rubber piece, is what I'm getting at. And I think that this is where I looked at this piece and I'm like, not good. I know a lot of people will look at this and be like, dude, you're insane. You got Ram Treasures, custom, good figure. Big Rubber guys came out with 2 Dusty Roads. They were fine. Hey, what's up, El?
Hopefully it's coming on.
Oh, yeah, man. I was just talking about the Mattel LJNs.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
kind of doing like a quick preview, man.
Yeah, that's a good topic. I have a few thoughts. Sorry I was late. It took me longer to shovel snow than I expected, and then I definitely needed a shower, so I rushed through as fast as I could.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, but once I hit on the LJNs, I was gonna talk about the demolition that came in,
Are you
and then
going?
after that, it was just up for discussion after that.
Is your screen black too? Does everybody see that? Am I seeing? I see myself, but I don't see you.
Let me see if I can switch this up.
I messed it. Oh, okay. Now I see your bet. There we go. Sorry
Cool.
about that. On a fly. Yeah, I definitely wanted to show.
Hey, what's up, Galactic?
They're talking like below 0 wind chill tonight and then tomorrow. I'm like, I don't want to shovel tomorrow.
Oh, damn. Yeah, man.
Rush out today. Once it stops.
Yeah, my wife, she got a cold. Like, she got sick a few days ago or a couple days ago, and I think I got her sickness like yesterday.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And
so I have to give you anything for Christmas, right? She already gave you the.
I woke up yesterday with like a sore throat and whatnot, and I woke up and then this morning I didn't feel any better. I really can't say stuffy nose because my nose is stuffy year round. So, so right now, like the sore throat is really the big issue.
I guess it could be worse. I was reading about is it the RSV or norovirus that leads to diarrhea and fungi stuff. So the symptom is you don't get the usual cough, congestion, but you get other runny parts of your body.
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm not sure which one's better then. That's a nice pair to draw to. But anyway, okay. So LJNs, huh? I think I saw you Dusty open with this hat.
So one thing I liked about this is it actually does have a removable accessory. Mm-hmm. Now, technically, you could say that Hulk Hogan with the championship belt is a removable accessory, but I don't know if we count belts as accessories because I consider belts to be its own individual. Belts are belts.
Yeah.
I don't say belts are accessories.
I haven't removed mine yet. I did finally get. So I ordered one Hogan and it was black card. And then I finally ordered 4 more this week. So I got 2 black and 2 blue cards. So now I got more Hogans than I know what to do with. But I finally got to open one. Long story short.
I was on Facebook and I had to look at these suckers because apparently now there's guess what? More variants.
I'm not chasing. All I need is a few Cenas. Then I'm done.
More freaking variants.
Not going to do it.
Now there's variants where there's no polka dots on the knee pads.
So see, that's how Mattel's going to generate you. Because like I said, Mattel's a big company. They're going to mass produce these, so they're not worth anything unless you have tons and tons of variants, right? This feels like they messed up. They fucked up quality control, and now we're going to call them variants. That was the wrong, doesn't it? I mean, shades of blue, shades of skin tone. That's not really a variant, is it? I mean,
I
I feel
mean, you got
they
like
just messed
6
up.
different Hogans in, both shade color
Yeah,
and, box color. Now you get like different I'm like, "Wow."
I think it's just quality control to me. Oh, and Factory A made Hogan hot dog colored. Factory B made Hogan on a dark blue color. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the thing. Now we're just going to call them variants to paper that over. Oh, hey.
They said they said even John Cena had, the logo missing on his hat was a variant. I'm like, "What,
See,
really?"
that's a mistake. That's not a variant. I'm going to argue till I'm blue in the face. Mattel, they made the quality control. They probably tried to rush it to market for Christmas, and they're like, we're gonna call them variants now. These are variants, not errors, not bugs. That's not a typo, English professor. That's a variant. Variant spelling of that word. Doesn't it feel like it? It feels like to me. I'm not chasing them. I don't care. I just bought one blue, one black, and then one to open. That's it. That's more than I should. I'm tapping out.
Yes.
I'm
So
still
I'm
waiting.
looking at
Cena's
this.
the hardest one to find online. None of my
For a
targets have
second.
them. Cena, I've been able to buy Paul. I think about 3 perfect Dusty Rhodes. I bought 3 exactly. Got a black card and 2 blue cards, which is exactly what I want. Black card to keep, blue card to keep, blue card to open. But Cena, I've only got the 1, and it was a black card, so I haven't opened it yet.
Well, I freaking,
Black cards everywhere, though.
I opened up a, well, except for the Hogan, all the others I opened up are black cards.
Oh, okay. But because you had so many, you had duplicate blacks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, trying to check the poster. Yeah, there's variants there, too, isn't there?
I'm like, "What the hell?" I opened
Yeah.
up a black card Dusty, and they still gave me a blue card poster.
Oh, is that what it's supposed to be? Is a black card poster? Is that the chase or variant or whatever?
Yeah, I thought if I opened up a black card, I'd get a black card poster, and I still got a blue card poster.
See, quality control. I bet you they meant to be and they messed up. Now that's a variant. That's another variant there. Good job, everybody. We got 40 variants. We misspelled Dusty on that one. No, let's call that a variant. No, okay, variant. DUSTIE, Dusty Rhodes. That's a variant, guys.
Yeah, see, Logan Paul, black poster, black card.
Oh, so there was a black. Okay. I should open up one of my black Pauls then. I got a couple. They're the only one you can reliably get, Logan Paul.
John Cena, black card, black poster.
Okay.
So, but I'm mad that
I'm glad I don't care.
opened up a black Dusty Rhodes and got a blue poster though.
See, that's a variant. Congratulations. You got the blue poster, black card, Dusty Rhodes variant, Watty. Hey, all right. It's a joke. I don't really care anymore. I just want one open. But I will say though, so the Hogan I opened.
Yeah.
Oh, that's original, Blaine. Good thinking. Get a new joke book.
I hate that I opened up Logan Paul and I had to absolutely destroy this. Like I don't know how to open these so that I'm not destroying the card.
You have to be careful cutting them around. I've cut a few open, but now I'm like, do I need to be careful if I've got actual mint on blue for some of them? I still have been though. But one thing I will notice is that the Hogan is lopsided, isn't he? He stands, but he's kind of like funky. He's off to the side, like he's trying to do the Young Bucks before the Young Bucks do it, right? You know, a little bit, not as bad, but he still stands.
Yeah, he's standing right now. I'm looking at him.
Is the original LJN that way? Slightly, it's like he's tilted a little, just a little.
Maybe a little bit.
But have you noticed the Dusty looks more authentic? The Paul
he's more like off to the left a little bit.
He's a little, but he still stands. So I don't really care. Yeah. It annoys me enough as an OC kind of guy. But so the Paul and the Dusty look like modern, like better head scan sculpted things. The Hogan they definitely made to look like the original LJN, right? They didn't update him. And he's the only one. The other 3 they made more modern technology sculpted, right? They did that on purpose as like an homage. I would like to see a realistic Hogan though, if they want to do another series of them, right?
Yeah,
a modern head sculpt.
And I'm pretty sure they would.
Oh yeah, they're Mattel. They'll make a bunch of them. Just wait.
And I got in the demolition today, and I'm like,
oh, nice.
You know what? There was this one dude on Facebook I kept getting into it with.
They won.
Because he kept trying to fight me on the fact that the new Demolition were better than the Series 2 Demolition. And I'm like, dude, you're insane. The Series 2 Demolition are like the bread and butter of Big Rubber Guy figures. No series has even come close to being able to replicate Series 2 Demolition.
Did you have them next to each other? You don't happen to have them on hand, do you?
I didn't bring up the Series 2.
Oh, but that's okay.
But I got in Series 12 today. I'm like,
the new ones aren't as good though, huh?
Well, now that I got them physically in hand, I don't know. I don't know if I can actually make that claim anymore because now that I'm physically holding them, I
Hmm.
mean, I've seen pictures, so it's not like I didn't know what they look like.
Yeah.
But now that I'm physically holding them, maybe they are just as good, if not better.
You'd hope they would get better, but I know some people complained about Tully and Arn and Missy, which is a more recent series, right? So I
Yeah.
could see. But this is like their second go or third go if you count variants at
Yeah.
Double Demolition. So they should get better, I would think.
Like, I still like the fact that the first set, have the actual black vest over it. So that's like entry gear, where this is in ring gear.
I didn't notice that. Okay.
Plus their actual helmets. I mean, they had helmets in the first one as well, but these are like super freaking tight.
Oh,
So it's not like they're actually going anywhere, which is awesome.
hmm.
And I think that these are done a little bit better because they're more spiky, more sharp, I think.
Okay, like the Legion of Doom. I think those shoulder pads are pretty spiky. I think Road Warriors were too for big rubber guys. If
Oh
I
yeah.
remember correctly, I got both of those. So I did happen to catch a noon whatnot show. You know, Kanik.
Yeah.
He's one of the
Can
guys who co-owns Collect Nature. He was selling a bunch of these, and I paid a little more than I wanted to, but a little less than eBay. And I think I got Axe or Smash. I couldn't get them both. I got Brian Adams on pre-orders from J&J Figures, but they sold out of the other two. So I need one more. I think I need Smash now. I paid a little more. It was like $65 instead of 50, but that was better than I think eBay sellers want $100 a piece for them already. Like I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. I'll wait. 65, okay. I spent 15 extra bucks than I wanted to. I just won't go out to eat once less time this week. I can kind of see it. I'll overpay a little, but they were bidding them up past $80, and so that's why I never bought. I think I got Smash or I got Axe and I need Smash. I never got the other one. He was selling 8 of each, so I was just happy I got one. I was like, oh, dumb luck. So I got 2 of the 3 now.
Yeah, Galactic's like talk about the Hogan. He's like, yeah, the knee is deeply bent.
It doesn't look like it will stand, but it does.
Yeah, it does really well. He's asking for AJ Styles.
Before he retires.
So I actually think that the axe figure, I think that this is the best one of the 3. So
Okay.
Smash, I'm not as much of a fan of. I know a lot of people are like bragging about this because they like the face or whatever, but
Yeah, that's pretty
like
good.
I think that the pose on this is a huge downgrade.
Oh, as far as playability, or what are you thinking there?
Yeah, yeah.
What was the pose on Smash? Did I get him wrong?
I mean, the last one, I mean, it was, I think it was mirrors or so. The last one, they were much more playable, fightable poses on
Okay.
this.
That one, don't think. Well, yeah, I could see maybe you could
I
punch.
mean, this is kind of like a Tom Zank Galoob type of
And I
fighting
think the
pose.
problem is the fist that's up. There's not
Yeah,
enough room to fit another figure in here, so I could do a power slam. I always hated that as a kid. It's like, great, it's up there. I'm going to do a power slam. No, you can't
like
fit a figure in there. I got to get a GI Joe or something to fit in there.
if his hand was like more like out off to the side like
Needs to be
this,
out.
it'd be
Yeah, it needs to
fine.
be a little. So
But it's just too far in.
yeah, you can throw
I,
punches, but you can't put a figure in there unless it's another, like I said, a very small. You can't fit another BRG in there or
yeah.
LJN.
So I mean,
Maybe Miss Elizabeth or Missy Hype, but probably can't even fit them in there.
but I think this is probably the worst of the 3.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, how's Brian Adams then? Crush that they can't call Crush.
Yeah, I don't know why they can't, because I think that
I think
they can.
Cardona or someone said they didn't have the license officially for that name. If you notice, he's the only one named Brian Adams, like
Yeah.
his real name. But everybody knows Crush. They don't care, right? It's like when Razor Ramon went to WCW. Hey, yo. Oh, that's not Razor Ramon. That's Scott Hall. Oh, sure. Okay. Okay. So what do you think about him?
I don't like the whole arm straight out.
Once again.
I've never been a fan of that because I just think that's just it's like Tito Santana from LJN.
Now they're too far out to do a power slam. It won't hold the figure in there, right? If we're doing,
Yeah. So,
if we do power slam based analysis of these figures, which figures can do a power slam? I mean, I always like the body slam too, but I think they're too far away to do a body slam, right?
well, think about it this way.
And the
Sid
punches are
Vicious
weird.
Galoob is like my favorite figure, and his
Yeah.
arms were like that, but like higher up. But that was like my favorite. But I always pretended to do a power slam with that figure when I was a kid.
But you probably could. They weren't as far away, maybe because they're up a little, or maybe they weren't as far out too.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I had a problem with playing with Sid. I remember playing with Sid. I think he was fine for slams and such.
Like you could sit there.
He loves softball. You could hit a softball with that figure.
Like you could sit there and pretend to do a power slam and whatnot, so it'd be perfectly fine. But
not quite the same.
I mean, look at like Matt. I think it's I think it's Matt Hardy from Big Rubber Guys. Even he's got like that super long wingspan.
Yeah, it's way out. Hmm.
But even with that, I think that's a practically a perfect figure. Even with the arms way out there, I love that. I think that's one of Big Rubber Guy's best figures.
And it's a
Even
great
with
look.
the super long wingspan, I still think this is one of Big Rubber Guy's best.
I mean, you got to understand these figures aren't made to play with. I mean, you might buy them for kids and let them play with them, but they do
Yep.
say, "Oh, these are for displaying figures and all that stuff." And yeah, I'm not really playing with them, but
Nope.
because the Hardys are both, they look great. Because like a Jeff Hardy's pose, it makes sense.
It
You can't really play
looks
with him, but
horrible.
it's a good pose
Yeah.
for what he does for a
Yeah.
figure to sit there and look great on a shelf, not to play with. But the one
Yep.
thing I think aren't those both are very bottom heavy. They used a lot of extra rubber in those figures, so they feel heavier than they really are. Because they're
Yep.
lighter wrestlers. You know what I mean? That's the only problem I had with them. They stand
Yeah.
up, I think, if I remember correctly. I think they do.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm still looking for 2 more Cenas. That's it, and then I'll be done. A black card and a blue card Cena. That's it. Well, no,
Yes.
2 blue cards actually. So I've got the black card. I need 2 blue cards, one to open, one to keep.
I was really hoping to get in my yellow trunks Latuni Macho Man today,
Didn't get it?
but no. So I got the label printed last on the 6th, so that would have been last Saturday.
Yeah,
But when I looked at the label today, it didn't ship out until today, so it probably won't arrive until, let's say, next Saturday.
probably the only gripe I have with AJ sometimes. I mean, it's a second job, so sometimes you get the labels. He prints the label sooner, and you're like, oh, I'm going to get it. And then it's not shipped for a couple days, and you're kind of like, oh.
Well,
It's
yeah,
no
and
big deal, you know.
it's also California, and
Yeah, it's
generally you don't get stuff from California for a week and a half, anyways.
I did get a Lutuni shipment though. These are to keep on card. I took advantage of. I think it was a Cyber Monday sale. If you buy an in stock giant, you save 15 or 20 bucks
Yeah.
on the Matic. So I bought 3 additional giants. Andre no face paint because I already had an Andre face paint coming in on card. Andre no face paint. Another Jungle Macho because I already bought one. So one I'm going to open, one I'm going to keep on card, and then I think the Now or Never Macho to keep on card, and then I got one of each of the WrestleMatics. And so it's funny that these came first before my other shipment. I think he's waiting to
Yeah.
send Smash maybe or the Mega Man or the Mega Powers Mega Powers Macho. So I consider this to be my min on card Jungle Macho and my min on card. What's the it's the Mega Powers WrestleMatic too. That was the last one he came up with.
Yeah.
And I probably will keep these men on card and just wait for the others to come. So the other ones are in the next shipment that I think he's waiting for Smash and maybe the Mega Powers Macho to send me. So I've got a couple orders into him, but I feel like should I open these now? These are technically ones I ordered second to be men on card, but I'm getting the other ones too, so I haven't. I opened a bunch of figures this week from J&J Figures, so I think I can take a break. I opened Andre the Giant finally from Zombie Sailor. The face is terrible, but I do kind of like the movement of the hands and stuff, but the face is really terrible. It's so sad, but I'm gonna call him Andre and just pretend he's Andre. But this every time I look, I'm like, yeah, I should buy some more Zombie Sailors. Apart from them kind of being jerks as an owner, I don't know. I got Dino
It's a
Bravo
buck.
and Andre because it was the Black Friday sale at J&J Figures. I think if you ordered the first 6 hours of the day before noon, you could save 20% or something stupid. So I'm like, well, okay, these are cheaper Zombie Sailors. Dino Bravo, I don't have a figure out at all. Let's see how he is. He's okay. What's weird though is the Dino Bravo hands don't move, but the Andres
Yeah.
do. I don't know if Dino was an earlier series, maybe.
Yeah,
It seems like
Series
it's all
1
over
is
the place.
actually one thing they actually did really well.
It's like they're all over the place with Zombie Sailors though, because I'll get a figure and then like the waist won't move. And I'm like,
Hey,
but all the other ones, their waists
Mhm.
move, and then they'll have ones that only the hands move. And like, why didn't you just have the same kind of movements in all of your figures? Wrists, arms, head. It's all over the place.
Their quality has gone severely downhill. And
No, those are variants. Remember, we learned from Mattel, those are variants.
you talk about Zombie
just kidding.
Sailors, though.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Right, that's the joke. It's if it's not quality control, they're variants. They're chases, if you will. No, but yeah. Not bugs. That's a feature. They say in computers that I work in computers. They say that's not a bug. That's a feature.
Yeah, man. So I gotta come out with a 4th character now because I'm thinking I might have to eliminate from Maniac Right Wrestling the Watty Soldier because right now, and I'm probably gonna mention this on Wednesday stream with Bone Breaking Action when we do our stream. Either we're cutting it down to either, let's say, 2 or 3 characters or 2 or 3 releases for the first series, or I completely alter my figure design for that soldier because, I mean, like I said, Hogan body, Hogan fighting pose, bam. on a Kirchner lower level. That's what I wanted. With military uniform, I don't have a figure with me, but
in your face.
That's what I wanted.
With your
But
face, right? Yeah.
yeah, but nobody seems to be able to come up with that design. It's like the last guy that designed the last two figures for me. I want to go through him because okay, he designed the last two figures. It makes sense to use the same guy for all the projects. But working with him is a pain in the ass.
They were good figures, though.
I mean, they were okay. They weren't. I mean, they were good. I mean, I sent them to the factory. I was happy with them.
But just hard to work with.
Yeah, I mean, he has so many questions, gives me so many attitudes. Like the other day, I he does like this basic AI chat GPT picture of like some random soldier. Um, he basically tells me that he's not going to sculpt the design that I want, and basically, in a nutshell, I'm paying him to sculpt what he wants to create, not what I want.
And he
And I'm
spent
like,
30
wait a minute.
seconds on ChatGPT to generate it.
And
Right?
I'm like, wait a minute.
I could
And
do
so
that.
whenever I'm like on YouTube or whatever, and I'm watching like all of these designers, customizers, whatever, bitches complain about, oh, AI is destroying my business. I used to get these many customs or these many commissions, and now I'm not getting any commissions anymore. I'm like, well, that's the reason why, because you're not listening to your customers, you're not listening to your buyers, you're not taking what they want, you're telling them what you're going to give them, and
Yeah.
that's it. Like, I'm telling you what I want my figure to look like. I'm giving you specifications, and you're telling me, no, this is what I'm giving you. I'm like, I'm not paying you my hard-earned money for what you're giving me. I'm telling you what I want. This is my business. This is my figure. This is my design. This is exactly what I want you to create for me. If I just wanted any old general figure, like literally any customizer on the planet could come up with that.
Yeah.
So
Imagine if
I
you go
could.
to the restaurant and you're like, "Oh, I'd like a steak, medium rare." I'm like, "No, you're getting fish." Or you go to the barber shop and I'm like, "I would like a buzz cut it mostly off." "Oh, you're getting a mohawk."
I mean, that's
No, I'm
basically
not.
what's happening too.
Yeah.
Uh, and so he comes up with this design,
Wish I knew how to do that.
ChatGPT, and he's like crouched over, and the guy's like this or something. I'm looking at it, I'm like, maybe, because originally I'm thinking, okay, maybe I could switch it up instead of using the Hogan, maybe use like the 8-inch Hasbro GI Joe.
But the pose isn't even close to anything you asked for, right? Or was it?
With the pose, well, I was thinking maybe switching it up from like the Hogan pose to like the Hasbro
Okay.
Sergeant Slaughter.
So he did give you the Hogan pose, though, at least. Ish.
No, no,
Yeah, see, so
no,
that's my point. He didn't even give you that, right? How
no.
about the Hogan pose? Oh, how about this one? Is that the Hogan? No, that's not it either. No. How about?
No,
Is it this one?
it's
No,
like
no, that's not
it's
it.
like some random green green uniform, which I think is like probably like a Russian uniform. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of countries wear
Have
green
similar.
fatigues, right? Green BDU colored uniforms. Woodland camouflage uniforms. So it's not like you could just say, well, here's woodland camouflage. That's U.S. color scheme. Every country on the planet basically has that same color scheme for their uniform. It's defined by unit patches. It's defined by what country is on your nameplate. Okay. He's got like a pistol belt on there. I'm like, I'm not a drill sergeant. I don't need a pistol belt on the freaking uniform.
Did he know what
So
the pistol belt was, or did ChatGPT just give it to you? So he's like,
it just created it on there, I'm
yeah.
sure. But
Spent 5 seconds, said, "Oh, this is good enough. Move on."
but yeah, that's basically what he did. And so I'm like, you know what? If he's gonna with all the business I keep getting him, with all the business I'm continuously trying to give him, if he's gonna continuously give me a hard time every time I reach out to him, and not only give him business, but shout him out and give him more business because I'm giving him like I said, giving him the shout out, giving him this what's the word I keep using? what I keep saying? Keep promoting his business or whatever. No, man, I don't want to keep doing that. Like I want to promote people that actually deserve it, man. And I kind of feel like at this point, you got good people, and I mean, you got people that just take advantage of you. And I'm not going to mention my name again because I'm at people know who I'm talking about because I've already mentioned his name and before, but I'm gonna let him try and decide what he wants to do. If he is going to do the right thing, try to come up with an idea that works for me, fine. I can make alterations if necessary, but so one of the guys was talking like I'm on my Facebook's like, hey, you can't do US Army, you can't put unit patches.
Oh yeah.
All right, makes sense. But can we alter it? Can we just change it to just simply Army? Can we put like BBA unit patch? Can we put like a MRW logo as like a unit patch or like a combat patch? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting patches or anything on there. You want somebody else to sculpt that? You got to have somebody else sculpt that. Motherfucker, that's like I want to have that stuff on the 3D file, STL file, so that when I send it to the factory, they can have that as part of the mold for the rubber. But he wants to do like some bare minimum, like look at this shirt. That's basically what the uniform is going to look like, blank.
And that was it. Yeah.
So he wants me to send that figure to a painter, and then the painter is going to paint U.S. Army, my name, paint on the unit patches, the U.S. flag, and all that. That doesn't do anything. I need to have that it needs to be actually in the actual STL file because that's what the factory uses to actually mold the actual rubber. So if he doesn't put that into that file, it doesn't serve me any purpose.
Okay.
So,
yeah. And he just refuses to do that.
Yeah,
like you're saying, just wants to do the bare minimum to keep.
Absolutely.
We got some choices there. If you're, I've been keeping, but oh yeah, okay, so
going to the snow. Man, as soon as I think like it's gonna get hot enough out here to like melt the snow, like it got like 40 degrees like a few days ago, and then we looked outside like 2 days later, and we got like up to our knees again in snow again. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, we got I think 2 days ago some snow, and then tonight I think it was upgraded to winter storm warning, which meant the snow. I forget how the weatherman termed it, but it wasn't good. It's like, oh, the storm has been overproducing. Made it sound like a good thing, like a factory. Oh, we made more widgets. Like we don't want the storm to overproduce snow. So I think it was probably most people got 5 to 8 inches tonight. But then it's really this wind chill coming in. It's going to be below zero tonight. I think tomorrow for good parts. So yeah, people worried about faucets and furnace. I'm even turning my furnace a little bit to keep it warmer inside, that sort of thing. It's really the cold. But then I think they said by Wednesday or Thursday we might have a high of 50 on one of those days. I'm like, what the? That's crazy. Weather's all over the place. Who knows?
This one right here, I've never seen the car, but Christine is one of the greatest horror movies ever. I mean, it wasn't really a scary movie. It was just a fantastic movie, just a legend of a movie. Classic.
So definitely rooting for Christine. How about Poltergeist or Amityville Horror? I think I saw was the first.
I don't remember if I ever seen I mean, I know I've seen of the remake of Amity, and I don't know how many of those movies I've actually seen, but so I'm going to say Poltergeist all day.
I don't know if I saw the remake Amityville, but I think I saw the original. But Poltergeist was the first movie as a kid I was scared of, so it lives in my heart. The kid with the clown and then the tree attacking him from outside. No, there's just so much that really messed with you in Poltergeist. So I think they remade that too, but I don't remember if the remake was any good. I think I did see it once, but I don't think I saw.
Yeah, they remade Poltergeist. I don't think I ever watched the remake. Hell, they even remade Pet Sematary, which I never saw, which is...
Yeah, I think they did. Because definitely at a certain point, they're like, we give up. We're not even going to bother calling it a new movie with the same story. We're just going to call it the same movie. We're going to remake Poltergeist again, Amityville. I don't know how many times Spider-Man and Superman have been, or Batman, how many times have they been remade?
Oh.
I don't even know at this point.
I got some closure on that freaking bank status.
Oh, yeah. Did they get paid finally?
Yeah, so uh, the contractor calls me up yesterday, and he tells me that they're still having issues. I guess
Yesterday?
what we had agreed upon was they were going to send him the cashier's check. They were going to mail it back to him. So he was going to take that cashier's check, and he and I agreed that
Jeez.
he was either going to drive to my house, either I was going to drive or he was going to drive. We were going to ride together. We were going to go down to Radcliffe, Kentucky, to the Navy Federal Bank, and we were going to deposit that back into my personal bank account. That way, I know it's in my account because I personally put it there, and then I was just gonna cash app the money to him. That way, he gets paid that way. No issues. But for whatever reason, that wasn't good enough. He decided he wanted to call me up, tell me that the bank wasn't able to verify the serial number. I'm like, here's all the information I got from my bank. I sent you the screenshots, showing that the cashier's check was verified, deposited, went through the reserve and everything. Here's the screenshots. Here's all their information, their MICR number, serial number, all that stuff that you need. Bam. They couldn't verify their serial. I don't know why, but
It's a cashier's check. What the
yeah, exactly.
hell? What the hell?
It's like taking physical cash from somebody, but whatever. So he wanted me to call my bank, but here's the thing. About what? Like, I can't just call the bank and ask about the cashier's check. They could look into it, but like, what next? You gotta tell me what you want me to ask the bank about, because once they look into the cashier's check, what now? Because what do you want me to ask the bank to do? What is the next step you want them to take? Uh, at the very least, I guess they wanted me to get a new either a new cashier's check issued out or a new serial number issued out.
How would a new cashier's check help? You already got one and it didn't help.
I don't know. Maybe the old one was invalid. Or the bank, they did something in the bank, didn't line the numbers up right. I have no idea.
Wow.
But I thought that this is all kind of suspicious. So when I was on the bank with Nate Federal, I'm like, hey, what if this was an issue? What if he took the check somewhere and got it cashed, and then he took that same check to his bank and deposited it
Oh,
there,
he tried to
and
double cash it.
and now he's double dipping, and
Can you do that?
that's why PNC is having an issue with it. And then she looked at me, or she didn't look at me. We're on the phone, and she's like, oh, you know what? We can do this. We can try and run this verification through this. And I'm like,
Oh
it
no.
might take a few days to verify, but we can do that. I'm like, sure, go ahead. Now, she had to get off the phone. She had to call around to do some things to verify, but as soon as she did that verification, maybe 10 minutes after we hung up, maybe 10 minutes later, I get a call from my contractor. He says that all was good, and he finally got the funds in his account. Now, I have no idea if something happened and maybe that phone call, that maybe they ran some kind of check and he got spooked or something, or if that was all coincidence. But I find it a little odd that, I told her to run some kind of check, and then all of a sudden, he's telling me that his funds are available.
Timing is suspicious.
But he says that the funds are now available, so he's gonna be able to start back work again on Monday. So, but for like weeks, he's been bitching, saying that he hasn't been able to do any work, that he's been paying all of his workers, paying all of his extra supplies, and he hasn't been able to pay his rent, hasn't been able to pay his bills. His wife's bitching at it because he's been paying out of his own personal account because he hasn't had money to pull from his business account. And I feel bad for him, but I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do for you. Like, these funds are no longer in my account. Like, I paid you. They're no longer available for me. Like, I feel bad. Like, I want you to get paid for the work that you're doing, but
Yep.
like, if this is a scam, I don't want to keep paying you, and find out that I'm paying you more than, and I've already technically paid him more than what the initial invoice was for. So
But
But
if you cash the check, don't they take it? How
well,
can you double cash the check?
well, I wrote him 2 personal checks, but they didn't have cash to actually cash it at the bank. He went
Okay.
to because he went to my Navy Federal Bank,
Yeah.
and whenever I have checks, I just do it by phone, and
Mhm.
I screenshot it, and I do it over the phone.
Right.
Direct
So if
deposit.
remote deposit. Okay, that's why.
But they don't like they want me to have like an actual local bank here in Louisville, which I don't. So the closest bank I have is Navy Federal, and the closest Navy Federal bank is in Radcliffe, Kentucky, which is like 45 minutes to an hour drive. So before, when I used to give them USAA checks, they wouldn't want to take that because it's in Texas. So, and that used to drive me nuts because like I would always write them a check for with my USAA, and then they give it back to me, be like, "Yeah, can you give us a Cash App?" And I'm like, "I just wasted the damn check. Come on now. Like I only have a few of these checks remaining." Like that was used to always drive me nuts. I'm like, "Why can't you just take it to your bank, deposit it? It's a damn check."
Yeah, checks are checks. It doesn't matter if there's no bank near you. That's the whole point. Is that you know?
So they want to take it to an actual bank to deposit or something like or to cash it out or something. I'm like, you take it to your bank and you cash it anywhere. Like it's like
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like that makes no sense to me.
Are they close to finishing up?
Um, I would say so. Like remember, like they're not the original people that I hired
Right.
to do this. So they're the second crew that I hired because the last guys completely effed me over. So for like I feel like nothing's been done because for like the last few weeks, anytime they come over, all they do is they're here for like an hour or two and then they leave. And when they are here, all they're doing is like they're working on like the side of the deck where they're building me a walkway, a little ramp. So when I'm on not on the deck itself, but off to the side, I'm not walking on dirt and mud. So
Hmm.
if I'm walking down the side, if I'm going down there with like the lawnmower or something, I'm not in a bunch of dirt and stuff. So
I was just wondering if you can trust them anymore. Do you believe he
I,
did try to double cash that check and then? I mean, I guess if they finish up, great. Then don't give them any more business potentially. I don't know. I don't know if I could
yeah,
trust them. I'd be nervous.
and he's also been in talking to me about trying to sue the other guys and try to get my money back for the overpayments. So and he gave me a lawyer's number to call about try to work with me on that. So um, we'll see what happens because those other guys. Like I said, man, my problem was I was too trusting, and I wanted to make sure that the guys were taken care of, and I screwed myself in the long run.
And then they just ghosted you.
Yeah, pretty much. When I did come back, all they did was put up these little spindles, and that was it. They wanted to take all the equipment, all the supplies I had bought, and that was pretty much it. And I'm like, oh hell no, you ain't taking those dams. I'm like, you guys been gone for 2 months, and then you want to come back and take these supplies? No, I paid for these supplies. Go kill yourselves. Get the
Hmm.
hell out of with that.
Dang.
Shoot.
Well, hopefully, I don't know how much they can do with the weather right now, but hopefully you get that
Yeah,
done. I don't know.
contractors.
Yeah, hmm,
Oh man,
I sound
Stone
terrible.
Temple Pilots or Creep.
Oh yeah, catching up with our.
Yeah,
We got some choices to make. I think the Omen or Constantine. I don't know.
I mean, I think I've only heard like one or two Stone Temple Pilots back in the day, like early 2000s maybe, so I really don't really remember them a whole lot. So I'm gonna say Stone Temple just for that purpose.
I've never been a Radiohead fan, so I like Stone Temple Ball at the time. Ooh, gas leak. That's no fun.
Throw them out of the trunk of the car. Oh man.
I don't know if he can, Ross, because I think you paid him ahead for some work now, haven't you? Your current contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of want him to finish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see if you just paid him for services due already, then you could say, okay, I'm moving on. But you're kind of in a tough spot again.
Soundgarden, yeah.
Yeah, I like Soundgarden. They were another favorite band of mine. both lead singers are gone. I think. No. I guess the SDP lead singer is still here. I've been thinking of Alice in Chains. That was my first favorite band back in the day. It looks like it's bleeding, but it's not.
Yeah, I actually had a contract with the first contractor, and I don't know if that's actually going to help me in the first if I go to court, but we'll see.
Would it be enough to pay a lawyer to send him a strong letter and maybe that refund some of your money? I don't know. I don't know if he even worth that. Luckily, I've never had to sue anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guy was.
They're still in business. That original contractor you had.
Yeah, I thought he's going anywhere. Hey, what's going on, Rick?
Need to give him a nice review somewhere. I don't know if that helps or hurts. Like Nextdoor or Yelp or I don't know.
Oh, goddamn.
Fresh.
You know, that's like the second time now I've heard that somebody screwed up somebody's gas tank or something. You know, Rick, when we had some folks here at my house, they kind of did the same thing. Not a gas tank, but near my fireplace. When they were cutting wires, they cut the gas wires for my fireplace. And we had to have the darn fire department show up at the house to do something.
Wow.
Do something with the cables. So that was like over the summer when that happened. So that was like back in like August, September or something when that happened. But it's crazy, right? So that's crazy. Like that's the second time that I'm hearing that somebody's had issues with gas.
Yeah, I think he said in his case a gas tank. I guess neither of them is good, but where did that go? Yeah, gas man damaged my gas tank, and it's the gas company, the gas man that did it, not like some idiot that doesn't know.
Yeah,
but you think they know better?
Yeah. Hey, Ross, man, I appreciate that, bud.
That is, the timing is very conspicuous. But I forgot with remote deposit. I guess you could double cash that. But shouldn't it show up as cashed or something? Maybe PNC wasn't letting it on.
Yeah, it's been deposited. It's because when you actually look at the back of the check, I mean, it's got all the bank, printed numbers on the back and everything. So,
hopefully they finish.
It was cashed or cashed out back on like the 24th of November. So it's been showing as pending for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it sounds like he tried to double cash it. Top shelf spirits. Isn't that funny? The idea that the more expensive stuff's on the top shelf, is that for visibility? I never really thought about that bottom shelf, top shelf. It's weird at the liquor store because I see some of the stuff they put in the middle or the bottom versus the top, and I find their choices sometimes not obvious. Some of them are obvious, early times, yeah, that's bottom shelf, but they'll have some interesting good scotches on the bottom shelf, and I'm like, why is that bottom shelf?
Well, you would think enough money to advertise how heavy it is too, because you don't want the heavy stuff on top, and if it falls and breaks, so.
But they don't seem to do that because I'll see many of the handles, the big ones, on top, because they're next to each other. Like I think Jack Daniels was on the top, and I think actually weirdly Jim Beam's on the top, even though I consider that middle or more affordable whiskey. But some of the scotches, I'm like, why is that bottom shelf? Well, whatever. And then there'll be some scotches on the top shelf that I'm like, I've never heard of that company. Did they pay you money to put product placement or something? Not a big deal. I just have to bend over and get the bottom shelf scotch. It's kind of interesting though. I don't really, I don't know if they've thought it out that much though, because honestly, I'm on multiple shelves looking for what I need. But it is an interesting concept, the top shelf spirits versus bottom shelf or bottom rail, if you call them. So Demolition is back.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, what do you guys think about these particular poses right here? I mean, for action figures, because I got to think about different poses for my characters, right?
Yep.
Because if I decide to expand my line to 10, 15, 20 different characters, I mean, obviously, at some point, I might have to go with a pose like this. I mean, how do other people feel about something like this?
Could you do a CM Punk with him kneeling right where he's ready to enter, looking at his watch? getting ready to say it's clobbering time. That'd be a different pose. So I don't know if it'd be that.
Yeah.
It'd be that playable. But yeah, is
Hey,
that
what's
why
up, bro?
you have that pose because you run out of poses to do? It's like, okay, one arm up, one arm down. You got one arm out to the side, one arm up. You got both arms out. You got the flexing pose. What else do you have?
Yeah.
Or the flexing. What do you call that? You can flex up or you can flex down. They don't have a Hogan with he's doing the pointed one, do they?
Yeah. Hey, Philip, what's your question, bud?
I thought of that running out of poses. Need some water. No question. But yeah, there's some interesting poses that have never been done. Interesting poses. Handstand. Does anybody do a handstand?
And I'm also kind of curious, like with this particular line, because there's actually that's funny. With this particular line, should I keep it strictly to like original people or real people, or should I even make up like characters? Because there's like actually when you look at like the screenshots or the thumbnails, there's actually characters from the actual thumbnails I actually want to use as part of the line. I think would actually make awesome characters, but they would be fictional, made up characters, right? So,
You afraid they won't sell?
I mean, if it's something like what John mentioned to me before about creating your own bootleg LJN style line,
All right.
that would work. God damn it! So that might work in that respect, but if people want to buy from an LJN company, why would they want bootleg wrestlers or whatever when they could buy real life authentic wrestlers from an established company like a Latuni, like a Big Rubber Guys, etc. And I'm always going to be pushing people to Latuni because I love that company. It's one of my favorites. Big Rubber Guys, that I still feel like they're doing amazing things, so I'm still going to recommend them and whatnot. So
yeah, and if you compete at their price point, you're going to pay $50 for Demolition. Well, you can't anymore, but let's theoretically, or pre-order Andre the Giant for $50 from Latuni or Major, or you're going to pay $50 for some character that you made up. I guess if the character is good enough, maybe.
And right now, like I said, right now my figures are going to be probably twice the price, unless I could do better. But right now I'm still looking at $100 figures because I don't think I could do better. And if I do 500, if I do like 1,000 figures at a time, I could probably do $50 for a figure, because I think if I sell 1,000 pieces, I would be able to make up the extra cost. Problem is, I don't think I'd be able to sell 1,000 pieces. And 500 figures. At 500 figures, I'd probably still have to sell 100 figures in order to really make some kind of profit. And any type of profit, I would still use that to buy the second, third figure, etc. So
even 500 doesn't sound like a lot, but you'll see some of those, collect major. Oh, these are only 500 figures if you believe them at face value, and it still takes them a bit to sell out a Macho King or a Danhausen. I know Danhausen's not like Hulk Hogan, but he's more well known than some of the figures you're going to come out with, and it still takes collect major a while to sell 500 figures. So that's why I'm like, well, I'm nervous about. I haven't really thought about it because I haven't thought about seriously getting into like a figure business. But 500 doesn't sound like a lot, but maybe it is a lot if collect major takes a bit to sell them. Or they're major stars. I don't know how many of those they made though, but they're still for sale and they're constantly advertising those. Or Latuni. I mean, it took him a while. I think there was only 100. Was there only 100 ultrasonic blue machos?
I think that's what he said.
100 or 200. Took them a while to sell those out. Now, admittedly, Latuni hasn't been as well known as they are now. They're getting better, more publicity, but still 100 doesn't seem like a lot, and it took him a bit. And it was a Macho Man. Now, admittedly, it's a weird Macho Man, but so, like, how long will it take you to sell 100 figures of, yourselves or BBA or someone that people don't know yet real well? I don't know.
Yeah, and I looked at it, and 100 figures, I can't do 100 figures because even at $100 a piece, you got to think a mold is $6,000. If I sold 100 figures at $100 a piece, only 60 figures would amass to the $6,000 for the mold. So
The numbers.
that means if I sold another 40 figures, that's $4,000 left over. That's not even enough to pay for a new mold.
Any way to
Let
reuse
alone,
those molds? You know, like Latuni does a bit with the machos. Not that egregious, but is
yeah, I
there
mean,
a way to?
I could probably, if they sold out fast, or if there were more interest, I could always go back and order a new batch, I think.
Or
Or I
like to
could,
get multiple figures out of them. I'm not sure there is or isn't, but I'm just thinking of like other companies. That's what they do. Is they? Well, have you seen with the macho? I assume he's reusing molds because it's the same pose on a lot
yeah.
of machos. Is there any way to do that, but have them different figures? I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably
I'm pretty sure I could get like
or something.
different paint schemes or something, but
So you don't have to sell a couple hundred of each line if you can somehow reuse the mold somehow. I don't know if there is a way.
I know with bone breaking action, it's easier because all we gotta do is change out his mask color. Green mask to a purple mask. And I'm pretty sure we could do that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like those variants.
That's a good idea.
With the devil, I think that one was my idea with the devil was have a black suit as the original, and as a variant, just alter the color scheme. So if he had a red shirt with the black suit, change it up so he had black shirt with the red suit. So that was a variant number 2. But I mean, would people really care for 2 devil variants?
I mean, the devil would sell. Of course, the BBA figure, even if you don't know who he is. At $100 though, I don't know. That's tough, right? You got Mattel coming in with the LJN style, and they're dropping the price to 25 for Cena and Hogan, and you're like, well, that's tough to compete with for people, isn't it? I think BRG and Latuna are still going to sell, but I don't know. Above $50, unless it's the Collect Major Rare show, right? They're always trying to do that. You know, they're trying to get people to pay for the demolition figures that just came out. You know, they want
Yeah.
people on eBay want you to pay them $100 or more for them. I'm like, well, that was just $50 pre-ordered a couple months ago. I'm not paying $100 for those. I don't want to pay $100 for the Series 2 demolition, let alone current one.
My cats plus me and my mom would have gone blown. Oh man.
Yeah, that sounds no fun, especially now. Depending where you are in the country, I need gas to run my furnace. You know,
Yeah.
the other part too is if it depending on the damage. What if you have no furnace like tonight? That would be bad. I've even started thinking about running my furnace up a little tonight in case, because it's like they're talking like below zero wind chills tonight and tomorrow.
Shit.
Already got the cabinets open to let the air just in case. I might even drip a faucet or two just in case. I know it doesn't really become a problem until like the air, I think, because I don't really have anything outdoor facing faucets, you know, like outside on insulated walls, and I haven't had a problem before. But it gets below zero, you start thinking maybe I should drip at least one faucet that's furthest away from the water heater or the water line. Maybe,
Yeah.
because my water bill usually isn't that much. I don't remember ever having a problem, but I might tonight. Get a peace of mind.
But hey, Rip, man, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Shoot, man, that's
Welcome
well,
back from a nice out eating pizza, and then you're welcome to a gas leak at home. Yeah.
yeah, that's effed up, man. That white ghostly figure that we see on a thumbnail. I think it was the last live stream we did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about making that an action figure, and I'm thinking about having him kind of like long arms, like so. And I'm wondering. So we decided to call the devil Damian Riot. What if we change his gimmick and make him like the new or no, he wasn't a ghost. He was the clown. That's what it was. It was the clown picture. What if we change Damian Riot to that, from a devil to the clown, and make it, and that way we get 2 of those characters, but just 2 completely different character figures though.
Mm-hmm. There'd be different molds though, different
Yeah,
poses.
they
Okay.
go to 2 different things.
I just wonder if there's a way to once again share the mold so you could. It sounds like the molds is that the most expensive part.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, not really. I mean, depending on how many figures you buy, that could be more, but the mold does take up a good chunk, depending on because that's like $6,000 by itself.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if you give plenty of time, maybe you could sell the 100, 200, 500 figures, whatever. But you probably need to sell them in a reasonable time. You know, you don't want to take 10 years to sell those figures because then it'll be 10 years before you can make another figure. for the
Yeah.
next mold, right? You need to get the money back so you can make another mold and make more figures. And
I just wish that somebody wouldn't have told me that he didn't care about the line like that. That sucked. Like I've been trying to reach out to someone about trying to, because I reach out to all my collaborators, right? And I let them know what's going on. Like, I send them videos or, pictures. Hey, this is what the figure looks like. This is what's going on. Or, I ask their opinions like, hey, how do you feel about this? Or, hey, do you have any opinions about poster design, car back designs, things like that? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I try to keep everybody up to date as much as possible. Try to get feedback because I kind of feel like the collaborators have as much to say about this as I do. But certain ones they don't respond as well as other people do. Certain collaborators are all over it. Will get back to me with everything they got. Will advertise. Will send back bio card info. Posters, designs, card back designs, the works. And when I finally do get hear back from so and so, it's like, yeah, I really don't care about the line. I'm like, well, damn, that's kind of harsh. Um, it's like, damn, somebody reaches out to you, like they care enough to like, hey man, I want to make an action figure of you. It's like, you don't have to have any investment in this. All we need is like your face, basically. Obviously a little bit of advertisement, calling it on your channel. You're going to get paid for this eventually, obviously, once it takes off and I can actually afford to pay you for it. But yeah, that's the idea. You're going to get free figure out of it. You're going to get, more famous out of this, but for having your own figure and everything. Um, the more and more we sell, obviously, the more and more that I'm going to be able to pay you for it.
And you've been working with them for a while, and only now are they not interested?
Apparently,
string you along a little bit. It's like, why don't you just start off the first time I asked you and talked to you about it? Why didn't you just say then you weren't interested? What changed?
But
no, I can't count on you.
I kind of feel like there's more to it. I kind of feel like he and the other customizer that I've been talking about and the other party that's been making figures for a while. I think they all have something going on together. I mean, that's my personal feelings. I think they're going to end up in business together making a figure, but if that happens, it's not going to be the level of what I'm coming up with. It's not going to be an original figure. It's going to be a custom. It's not going to be carded. It's not going to be posters. It's not going to be the real deal. So,
custom loose, custom of a real figure, a real wrestler or something, or just a made up. Do you know what they'll do? And you're saying loose, right? So it won't have, like you're saying, bubble, no card, no poster, no nothing. It'll just be loose.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I was offering was, like I said, it's like an LJN, Mattel LJN, or a big rubber guy or something.
Yep.
What I was offering was like an authentic, real figure piece. So made from an actual factory and everything. So I'm disappointed because like I was really depending on him to be part of the line. And I mean, I'm not gonna be mad at him or anything. I'm not gonna talk dirty or talk bad about him or anything like that. I mean, I'll still support him, support his channel and everything, but I'm just disappointed that he's not gonna be part of the line.
It's interesting to see all that goes into this. I know you're struggling at times with it, and you got successes and some failures and all over the place, but it's interesting to see. I never would have thought myself to start such an endeavor. So
yeah,
it's really neat what you're trying to do.
Like I mean, the most difficulty is, like I said, is trying to create posters and card backs, and because the card back design is based on what the action figures are going to look like. I want to have like the 5 back of the LJNs, right? And what do the 5 backs look like?
Yeah.
You look up for shoot, pull out this.
But it feels like Collect Major. It seems easier for them because you got a couple of wrestlers in the industry.
Hell, you can do something like this.
Yeah, there you go.
You could do something like that. So I need to have, and this is why I'm pushing so hard to get these last two figures out, is because I need to redo the two figures that were made for me. The Watty Soja was made for me. It wasn't my vision. If I were to release that particular figure, I'd have to go back to my original customizer that made it for me. I'd have to pay him his ludicrous asking price for the STL file. And he wanted $250 for that.
Wow.
The other guy that I bought the STL file from, he wanted $25 each. So you see why I went to the other guy for his STL file for the new figures. So based on what the first guy charged me for the figures, the card backs, the sad card backs, the sad bubbles, I don't want to give him any more of my money. The fact that he's trying to charge me a ransom for STL file, what is he going to use those for? He will never sell those to anybody else.
Of course, he only needs to sell you one of them, and then you can mass produce from there. Is that what he's thinking? Maybe. But then the one gal is only selling, charging $25 a piece. So clearly, if that's enough for them.
So I don't know why he just couldn't give me a good price on those STL files. And it's not going to do him any justice. They're probably just going to go in the trash afterwards. But that Watty Soldier. So even if I was satisfied with that Watty Soldier figure, I mean, I refuse to pay that kind of money for just, and it's just all it is a picture of in 3D form of that, and it just here's dimension. 3 3/4 inches this way, 6 1/4 inches this way, 3 1/4 inches that way. That's it.
Because STL file is a computer file, I take it.
Yeah, and it's like looking at like a drafting picture or something.
That's what I was thinking of in my mind. I didn't know for sure. Something you can ship off to a factory and start figuring out how to make these things out of rubber, resin, or whatever material.
Yeah, so I was thinking it was like a bunch of pictures or something. I opened up one. It was just one single picture. I'm like, that's it.
$250, please. For one.
That is what the factory was complaining about, is having this one little image. I'm like, this is what's eating up all my money. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I wonder, do you need special software to create these?
Oh man, this is so stupid. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta remove some of these things because some of the stuff is dumb.
Yeah, you imagine being that lonely that you hop onto random live streams and do stupid shit. I guess at least they didn't go with a homo card like the last person did. That Philip Risen spent like an hour and a half saying, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And then 2 hours later, what did he say? Why are you gay or something like that? I'm like, oh wow, that was worth the suspense. Good job, fucko.
Yeah, I just deleted that question. Delete that message.
I mean, I blocked him. I didn't care. As soon as he said that, I'm like, oh, good. We got another jokester. Hilarious. We got Seinfeld, too, over here. Shakespeare over here. Probably living in the van down by the river. But anyway. So I wonder how hard that is to create yourself if you had the right software. I'm into computers, but I'm not into that creative stuff. I can tell a computer what to do, but I've never been that creative at drafting. I think I remember taking drafting in high school or junior high once. But that was kind of interesting, but it was all on paper and pencil. It wasn't on computers back then. It was kind of interesting. I think the last project was you had to design a house or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. But on a computer, I don't know. I guess you could figure it out. Problem is, some of that software probably costs an arm and a leg. I'm thinking of those creative Adobe type softwares. PDF reader's free, but they want to charge you an arm and a leg to make anything.
I asked Kevin about that. He said you got to have the actual software for it for the 3D, and I'm like,
is it a specialized software too? Because then that's also more money,
Yeah, I'm not buying that stuff because I couldn't open it up on my computer. But when I sent it to the factory in Alibaba, they were able to open it up, and he sent it to me in picture form in Messenger from the Alibaba app, and that's how I was able to view the picture.
You might be surprised. Have you looked for getting your own? Because there's more and more open source software. I just did a cursory search. I wonder if there's something. wonder if this is the same thing. It says Thingiverse Digital Designs. I think because a lot of 3D printers must use STL files too. Huh?
Yeah,
But so there might be some free software. But even if you get the software, are you creative enough, for how long will it take you to figure out how to use it? And
yeah.
I don't know. I've never tried.
But I actually reached out to Tom Veg again, and
Oh yeah.
right before I started this live stream, he started messaging me. I'm gonna see if he's gonna be able to get that figure created. If I have to alter the design where I can't get the complete uniform built on, I will alter it. And if I have to remove the Watty soldier completely, I'm okay with that, because the devil, I already have a figure of me.
Devil
The
and the
devil,
BBA are two good figures, though. Yeah, you want to keep
yeah,
them.
the devil is me. So the devil is fine.
So it's you. You're the devil. We've been looking for you for a couple of years now. Right? The devil's coming back to Earth, right? In Bible and stuff. No.
So
You are wearing
so
red right now. I don't know. Is that a Christmas thing?
yeah.
Or is that your devil stuff?
So technically, I don't have to have the soldier. I just figured the soldier because
Yeah.
that's the first one I came out with. That's the one that originated the whole line.
Okay.
So technically, that was supposed to be the first figure I created.
Yeah. Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
But was it marketable? Was it going to be something that would sell?
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know, guys. I mean, they've bought some. Besides Kirshner, did LJN make any other? Were that actually? Well, Sergeant Slaughter.
But that was Hasbro.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just trying to think in general figures that would sell that were, military or military close. Slaughter, Kirshner. Who else are we talking? I mean, GI Joe, the whole line's basically military, but I was thinking wrestlers. But so it could probably sell. I didn't realize the interesting things you point out. Did you verify then you can't put USA or anything else like that on the figures? Is that verified? Did you verify that? That's the thing that you can't do. Did you mention that? I think in the last live stream, and you mentioned it again today.
I just asked that into Google, and yeah, sure enough, it's against
That's interesting.
policy or something. So I don't know if that's like UCMJ or something, but I assume it is. You have to go through a lot of red tape in order to get approval for that to mass produce.
Hey, I got it, Amazon. I'm getting a bunch of stuff tomorrow, and it just keeps popping up. Oh, we finally shipped your thing. Oh, great. Thanks, Amazon. Merry Christmas. But yeah, I guess if you think about it, Sergeant Slaughter did he never have USA on anything? Maybe his hat. He had to have, at least on a hat or something, right? Did Slaughter or Kirshner? I don't think he ever had USA on any of his stuff, did he?
I'm not sure.
I never looked that close because we all knew. Once again, Razor Ramon and WCW. He's not Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. Yeah, sure, but we already knew, right? We knew Slaughter, Kirshner, those types were American soldiers, at least playing the part. Because I think neither of them were, but you know what I mean. So they didn't have to have USA on them. So maybe they.
But did Corporal Kirchner actually have any insignia or anything on his beret?
I don't remember. I don't even. I think at least I don't know if I had the figure, but at least one of my buddies had the LJN figure as a kid. I don't have them now. They've long since garage sailed, or maybe I'm going to say my nephew. I know at one point I gave my nephew a bunch of my wrestling figures years and years ago. Because it's kind of funny that I got back into it. His favorite wrestler, Cena, and I've bought him a few this year. As I bought some, like the "You Can't See Me" figure. You know how the Mattel came out with? I think it's an elite one. It's clear Cena. Now it's readily available. In fact, I think Ringside has it for $24. But for a while there, you couldn't find it. You literally couldn't see it. And I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of fun. I wonder if I should buy him an LJN Cena now that I'm on the chase for him. Maybe I should. Now I think about it. If I can ever get a second one for myself, I should get him a few. But I thought that was kind of cute. I think he's not going to open his. I'm like, well, okay. But he's a big Cena fan. It's kind of fun. Smash and crush in your axe. So yeah, so now I'm kind of nervous. Now that I think I got axe, and I pre-ordered Crush. So you know how everybody wants to sell him as a package. I'm like, now can I find Smash by himself?
But damn, I mean, I gotta wonder though. Should I create an actual business website though? Because some folks are asking me like, "Hey, where can I pre-order these?" And I'm letting people know, "Hey, there's no pre-order. Like when they're available to order, they're available to order. Like
you might look at Shopify and see if you can get something for cheap. I think Jim Cornette, they're always advertising like $1 for your first month or something. That's where a lot of them are. Mattel Creations, Collect Major, J&J Figures. If you might not ever notice, when you check out, you'll notice. Title Run Toys is there. I think I even ran into. I wanted to buy some cookies for a friend of mine for Christmas,
Yeah.
but it's a Canadian cookie place. But they won't ship to the United States right now because of tariffs and uncertain shipping, I guess. I'm like, oh crap, okay. But then I noticed they're on Shopify. Well, a couple years ago when I bought from them, I didn't notice that. But I'm like, man, more and more stuff's on. Now I keep listening to the ad on Cornette's show. You know,
Yeah.
that's how the podcasters make money. They try to be funny about it. Cornette tries to tell funny stuff when he's doing the ad, and Brian Last is always trying to correct him because Cornette will go off script and he'll say some terrible stuff. But so I always remember Shopify from their ads, and now more and more I'm seeing, man, everything's through Shopify. Like even big companies, you'd think Mattel, they could have their own IT staff make a website, but no, they're Shopify. Collect Major, you know, they might have their own website too, their own domain that you go to. Latuni is also on Shopify, so that might be a route to get you bootstrapped right real quickly. I don't know how much it costs going forward, but if you needed a website to pre-order stuff on, clearly Shopify working for these companies. Not to be an ad for Shopify, but maybe you should get a kickback from Shopify for us advertising it.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, when people are ready to buy, like, I was just be like, hey, here's PayPal, friends and family to this email address, and that was it.
But that sounds sketchy to some people, right? So if you had your own website, it looks a little more. Not to say that there aren't plenty of sketchy people with their own websites, but it looks more legitimate, doesn't it? You know, go to maniacwrestling.com or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. I think you can probably get domains registered for cheap now. I don't know if GoDaddy's still doing that, or I think, was it Namecheap? There's several places you register the domains. This is kind of my bread and butter. I know about the computery stuffs. Making figs of WWF jobbers. How about like a Temu Big Boss Man? I don't know if you can get the Big Boss Man, but you could get my license. I could be Temu Big Boss Man for you. WWF jobbers, yeah. Okay, so Jason Speedman, Nails, the Steiners. Oh,
you know, Nails is one of those guys that I would love to have if that was even a possibility.
But hasn't there been a few Nails figures modern? There haven't.
I mean, maybe like Elite or something, possibly, maybe, okay. But like, I mean, I want to see someone like Nails for like LJN though.
So am I just thinking of the old? It was an original Hasbro retro. There's a Nails, right? Mm-hmm. That's hard to find. That's what I'm thinking of, probably. There's been a lot of them though. If you look, so KWK, a few of their licenses, they have like your Barry Horowitz. That's your definition, right, of a jobber. I didn't mind though, because I'm like, how often are you going to get a Barry Horowitz figure? Yeah, so I wonder who do you get Nails from though? Because I think he passed away. So part of tracking down who do you pay to get royalties licenses for.
Now that's something that Kevin Pelkey actually made a really awesome Nails resin figure, and I would actually, it's already made. I would actually buy the STL file of
there you go.
From him and mass produce that if I could get Nails made, and I wouldn't be sued for making it.
And you'd make a LJN, a rubbery style instead of resin. Yeah, so you wouldn't really be competing per se.
So if I could get Nails, if somebody knew how to contact Nails or a family of Nails, and I could make that figure, that, and you're adding a legitimate wrestler to the line. Yeah, I could do that right now. And I could have him come out with BBA, and there would be two figures at the same time, because that would be a bona fide, legitimate wrestler.
Well, and your devil figure, you'd have three then. I mean, I think your devil figure could be good, but yeah, having a legitimate figure, even if it is only nails, right? It's not Hulk Hogan, of course, because how are you going to get Hulk Hogan? That's going to be tough.
The devil I'm not doing right now. Like I haven't paid for the I haven't paid for the prototype of the mold of the devil yet.
Okay.
I'm not going to pay for the mold until probably February, only because I'm probably going to wait like every 2 months or so to pay for the molds because they're so expensive.
Space it out, How does AJ get licenses? I mean, because he got, Macho Man and Andre. That's got to be two big ones. Does he just track down Google search? Does he have a lawyer or something? How do you even go?
I know that he told me that he was friends with Bill Eadie.
That's right. That was his ticket in, wasn't it? And so he has people he knows. Yeah. Well, maybe. Is he a friend of yours? Is a friend of mine, the transitive property? Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, Minnesota. So there we go. So we just got to send an email to nails@minnesota.gov. No, I'm just kidding.
Still live and talking. That's
Lexington
awesome.
at nails.com. And does he have nails.com? No. Well, that's good. I was probably thinking of somebody else, or just because it's been quiet. I wonder if he tours and stuff, does the wrestling tours. I see on Facebook, I think because now my Facebook feed's been curated for more wrestling based stuff, because this year it kind of exploded in my interests. So I'll see stuff. Somehow I got Duggan on there, and he flies everywhere. He's constantly flying to shows. Hacksaw. I'm like, man, he's not slowed down at all. I don't know if that's fun or not, but he looks like he's having fun because he's always there with his wife. His wife goes with him. It looks like to everything they go to. But like, I think he was just down in New Orleans at something, and then he's going to go up to Michigan, and then he's going to go over here and there. And I'm like, wow. What if that? Of course, I think he's a big enough star. They probably pay to fly him. At least I think some of the bigger stars do. But I wonder if like a Nails isn't big enough that he might have to travel himself. But he would definitely. I mean, there's some places, depending where you live. If you're in Chicago or New York or something, then yeah, you're expecting the bigger wrestlers. But if you're in Poughkeepsie, BFE, Iowa, well, okay, you get what you get. So Nails would be good. I mean, I've even had around me. I think Sergeant Slaughter's coming to a town near me next year, the Comic-Con or something like that. Oh, actually, in my town this year, and I missed it. What's his face? He's now the world heavyweight champion, but he wasn't now for AEW. Samoa Joe was in town. I was like, really? My town? What are you doing here? Samoa Joe? And, I should have gone. I was gone that weekend. But I was like, Samoa Joe here, huh? We're not Chicago. Oh, did they? Major made a bendy of Nails? I didn't know that. What do you think of the Major bendy lines? I want to like them, but I don't.
I have probably
they're not very playable.
dozen and a half or so of them, but like I bought them off eBay. I never bought them from Major Bendy's directly.
I think I bought a few when they're on sale. I just got one from J&J Figures because I never had a Macho. People wanted ridiculous monies for the Macho Mans, and I'm like, no, I don't want to. But Sunrise and J&J Figures had their Macho. I think it's an exclusive to them, back in stock. So I saved 20% on Black Friday. So I finally got a Macho Major Bendy. But I got an Andre. I got Demolition on sale from that WCS, that collector shop that's going out of business. But I got a few good, Big Rubber Guy and Major Bendy sale deals from them before I knew what they were. I just don't. They all have the same pose, really.
Not for no $35 though. Like that's why I get them off eBay for like $10 or something on auction or something.
Yeah, the $35 sticker price is a bit much for the same pose for pretty much everyone, right? Everyone's the same pose for the most part. Like, really, guys, can we do a little something different? I think they had one or two that were different.
I think all Bendies were like that though.
Is that why?
Even WWE Bendums, Just Toys Bendums in the 90s, all of their figures were like that.
Now those could actually bend though, couldn't they? Couldn't you really bend them?
Yeah, they're all like that.
Have you opened any of your bendies? Have you tried to bend them? They don't bend real well. They're strong rubber. They don't
for Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I haven't opened up those.
No, they don't bend real well. Those are resealable, I think, though. They don't bend real well, so I was kind of disappointed in them. So I kind of stopped buying them. I got a few neat ones. Like I think I got the bloody Ric Flair on a Whatnot show, loose for cheap. Not $35, right? Like you say, I got it loose because I didn't really care about the card. Because like a lot of them come with a baseball card or the card itself, the back.
Yeah,
I didn't really care about. I'm like, well, because people are still wanting $40 and $50 for the bloody Ric Flair because it's Ric Flair and it's bloody. I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. I don't even want to pay $50 for the. Well, I'll pay $50 for the bloody Big Rubber Guy Ric Flair, but nobody wants $50 for that. They want like $200 for it. And I'm like, nah, I don't care that much. I was just talking on that Bums thing because I think, oh yeah, he opened the Zombie Sailor's bloody Ric Flair, and none of the bloody figures just look right to me. I get why they have them; it's an obvious variant, but even like the Harley Race, it looks kind of weird. The blood looks just weird. I think the Zombie Sailor one, he has blood in his hair that I wouldn't expect. I think a lot of times when they draw color, you notice they're every once in a while the hair gets bloody, but it's not as common. Usually they control the blood in the face and the drips and stuff. So it looked kind of out of place on the ZST. But yeah, I think maybe have a few, but they want too much for those BRGs, and I missed whatever. I think those were convention specials, so they were never on pre-order. So it's not like I could have pre-ordered them. I had to go to that Comic-Con or wrestling convention. They're always doing that at Clark Major. And those like the green trunks Macho, yeah, that'd be nice to have, but I got the pink one, so that's good enough for me. I'm not paying $200 for the green trunks Macho just because it was WrestleCade or whatever. Oh, I saw was it WrestleCade? There was like a wrestling convention I think a couple weeks ago that Matt Maniacs, the ones that make kind of like the cartoony tag team pairs, the style. I finally got the Legion of Doom ones that came out and aren't for sale there from Nerd Closet is where they sell them anymore. But everything else is up for pre-order, including Demolition. and they're finally shipping me the Demolition, and I think I got the Steiner Brothers. The rest of them are still on pre-order, not till next year. But
I think
I'll
that's
be
what.
interested to see those coming.
Yeah, I got that email. I think Steiner Brothers are who I have coming up for shipping pretty soon.
Did
Is
you
that
get the
series two?
Demolition from them? Did you get Demolition from them as well?
Are they series 2 or are they series 1?
I don't. I think Steiner's and Legion of Doom were the only series 1. The
Okay, so maybe it's
Demolition was
series
made for
2.
this convention, but you can still buy them from their website. I think it's like Demolition. Was it Powers of Pain? Steiner's is in stock now, but the rest of them were pre-order. Other than Demolition is now, I think, available because they had the convention.
Maybe I could have sworn it was Steiner Brothers, but maybe it was Demolition.
Okay.
But I could have
both?
sworn I ordered all of the series 2.
Okay,
So
you probably got them both. You might double check, but because I had to reach out to them because I noticed that I haven't shipped and they hadn't shipped anything to me, and I was like, "Are you holding the Steiner Brothers until the rest are available?" Because most of the ones I ordered were pre-order, and some sites will do that. And then I immediately got a shipping notice and an email saying, "Oh, sorry about that. We're sending it out to you now." So they sent me the Steiners and Demolition together. I'm like, "Oh, okay." As long as I was allocated that, I didn't mind not getting them yet, but that kind of made me nervous.
yeah,
As soon as I sent the email, you finally shipped them. I'm not saying they were doing shady stuff. It could be just a small operation at Nerd Closet. I don't know. Right? Maybe I fell through the cracks. But so I was excited. So probably this week coming up, I'll get both of those. So at least that Demolition I'll get if I don't get the BRG Demolition. So
yeah,
Paul Diamond is his real name for Max Moon. I got the 2 Max Moon variants.
yeah,
Yeah.
Think about this, Bum. So Max Moon, he actually had one of those really incredible looks that I really liked, and I would love to have a Max Moon LJN because he had those really sick, incredible looks. And another guy that I actually really liked, as far as look, and I actually just got this name recently, Aldo Montoya.
Oh, you posted that somewhere, didn't you? Was that
Yeah,
Facebook or YouTube or
and
both?
and I forgot that name, but like I just saw him on a Facebook reel or something recently, and I'm like, yes, I remember this cat. I mean, he was like basically a step above a jobber, not like anybody super imposing or anything, but like I love his freaking look and everything. Like those guys right there, I don't care that they were no big mega big superstars or anything. I love their freaking look. And I think they would make killer action figures, man. So like those are the type of guys I want to make as part of my freaking line, right? And so I put up a little question like, hey, would anybody like this type of guy, like Aldo Montoya, as part of my wrestling line? I'm thinking, people are gonna like look at him based on his color scheme, maybe his character, like, would they like it as far as that? No, man, people do deep dives into their personal history and lives and whatnot. And like, no, man, don't do it. Look at this guy's personal life. Look, he's a scammer. He's a criminal nowadays.
Oh,
Don't get involved into this guy's life. I'm like, it's like when you look at Hulk Hogan, you don't look at the legend of 1980s superstar Hulk Hogan that we all love and whatnot. People look at some comment that he made to his daughter during some private conversation that was taped without his knowledge and whatnot. So, oh, he's a racist. He's a spiteful, hateful person. Like, no, he's not. He just said something during a heated conversation one day, and it just happened to get out into the public.
because of who he is, because it's Hulk Hogan, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing with Montoya that you'd be concerned about is that he could scam you. But other than that, yeah. It's interesting to know because I don't really remember him as a wrestler, but that would be the thing to watch if you got his license. Would he try to scam you somehow? If he is a scammer, because I see a lot of those. Do you ever follow Maven Huffman on? He has a lot of podcasts. He used to.
Yeah, Maven, where I heard that, where they sent me to, and I watched his video, and kind of got the impression like like he cared about him and everything, but like hey, he was still lying to him and everything, even afterwards.
Is it the same guy then? Because isn't it like Jason? Who's the guy? He was like an ECW wrestler that I guess is scamming people, and he tried to help him. That's why I was going with Maven, but is it the same guy as Montoya?
I think so. That they sent because one of the commentaries, he's like, "Hey, check out this guy Maven. He's doing an interview with them or something."
Maybe.
And you learn a lot about what's going on. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll check it out.
I mean, you feel bad for the guy. Basically, he didn't make enough money wrestling, and now if all you could do is wrestle, what do you do when? I mean, he's in pain, and because also Stevie Richards did one. You remember old Stevie Richards? He's got a podcast too that I watch every once in a while. And he did a cover on him, which makes sense because I think Stevie was in ECW when this guy was real popular. Like, was it Jason something? Jason Speed or something? I'm trying to remember his name. I didn't follow ECW as much, so I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, it's all, you feel sad. The guy's asking for money. He's kind of basically begging online. But apparently he might have sold some stuff, his signatures and stuff, and he got the money and he never, gave him the signatures on goods and stuff. I don't know what it was, but you can tell why. It's because I think he's still addicted to painkillers of some kind or drugs. Right, and because wrestling's a tough life. Maybe it's easier now, but back in the day, especially ECW, I'm sure Paul Heyman didn't pay him a ton of money in the stuff that the stunts they did. I'm not sure ECW was a good thing, but I didn't really watch ECW enough to know. Got a lot of wrestling talent from ECW, though, I know. But yeah, it's got to be tough. I mean, even back when Hogan was really popular, it was tough on the wrestlers. Even Hogan would have to travel 300 plus days a year, and because house shows were more important back then than they are now. They don't have as many house shows. Now it's probably most of them maybe have 1 or 2 shows a week if they're at both Raw and SmackDown, and a lot of them probably aren't. And then every once in a while, like I think tonight, I kind of forgot Saturday night's main event. John Cena's last match is tonight, so I'll have to watch that later maybe. I don't know how much I care, though. I mean, I guess you kind of have to watch it because it's his last match, but modern wrestling's hard to watch. Even WWE's getting that way. AEW, I kind of want to watch to see what crappy thing they're going to do that Jim Cornette's going to make fun of and get angry about the next time he talks about it. But WWE, I'm not sure what there's to watch anymore. I want to watch it for if there's any pops, CM Punk or Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar's back or something. John Cena's last year, which they've misbooked, maybe. But what do you watch it for anymore? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
So I'm wondering, with the MRW line, just kind of backtrack a little bit. If I do like real people like myself, Bone Breaking Action, I could probably do like the $100 price tag. I'm wondering if I do like, fake characters, made up characters.
You have to charge these.
I'm wondering if I could break it down to like $50 price tags on those characters. That way, the fans who buy from me, they could still enjoy a great piece, but they don't have to necessarily overpay for a great new character or something.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that would be something that would intrigue buyers.
Can you do that? Because with the mold costs and stuff,
I would still have to buy. I still would have to buy a whole lot more. I wouldn't buy 250 though. I'd have to buy like 500 pieces.
You have to make it up in volume, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's tough. Think about all the stuff you can see why running a business is a pain in the butt. You know what I mean? Because that's what you're talking about. All these decisions you have to make, and especially if you're starting out, and you don't have a lot of experience and context in whatever industry you're starting in. How do you get customers? Do you ask for the pre-order model, or is that played out? How do you raise money? Do you have the money in capital? Do you borrow from a bank? Will the bank lend you the money? All that stuff.
But I'd also have to see, does the BBA figure and the Watty double, does those 2 figures actually sell out? Right now, I'm going to start off with 250 figures. If they sell out, how fast do they sell out? And if they sell out, am I ordering more figures from the warehouse or from the factory? If I have to go back and let's say BBA sells out in like a month, do I go back and do I order another 250? And if the answer is yes, do those sell out immediately? Let's say within another month? Because if that's the case, I could probably order 500 pieces of a made up character, and those might sell.
How quickly do you have to need them to sell those? The question.
I mean, as long as they sell eventually, I think I'd be good. But as long as they do sell,
you might be asking a lot for a month. That's where it'd be nice to talk to AJ because he's still a smaller enough company.
Yeah.
I just drawing on if you got to collect major, what they can still sell. I don't know how many pink trunk machos they had, but I think they just now finally sold out of them, and it's been a couple years. I don't know how many they made though. I think they've been trying to make smaller and smaller sets to raise the price on the third market. Plus, they've got a racket going because they sell them on Whatnot. I knew what I was getting into with Canic. Right, they sell a lot of that stuff on Whatnot, and it's like a hyperactive, quick auction. Right? I don't know if you've ever bid on Whatnot, but it's up for like 20 or 30 seconds. And I think that can raise the price on some stuff. And a lot of the times they're signing itself. Cardona's a real big grifter for this. I think he'll sell stuff that he signs right in front of you, and he can it's nice. He'll tailor it to any message you want. But I'm like, yeah, I know who you are, but you're not Hulk Hogan. I don't know. Your signature isn't worth that much to me. I know you got this neat. It's neat because he's got a figure line, with Myers and Kinnick and some of those guys, and he's a collector himself. Right? He's not just doing it to make money, but he's also making money off of it, of course. But sometimes I don't know. He just rubs me the wrong way when I see him on these shows and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you were Zack Ryder for a minute, but let's not confuse you with Randy Orton or something. Right? You're Matt Cardona. You're Zack Ryder. You're not. I mean, sure, you're infinitely more famous than I am. But you're not Hulk Hogan. Cool your jets. And you imagine if you could just write your signature on stuff and sell it for 3, 4, 5, 10 times what it's worth. Man, I'd be grifting like that if I would too. But that's where I get annoyed with him though, because on his show sometimes he'll sell something not autographed, and then somebody will offer to pay him extra. I'll get autographed, and he'll just be like, "No, that's not how it works." I'm like, "What do you mean? Your hand doesn't work anymore? Why wouldn't you want the extra money?" Maybe there's a good reason to it, but it's a little off-putting at times. He's a little rough around the edges.
Hey, what's going on?
That's an interesting name, Rockstar's Cheap Hair Plugs. That's a unique one.
Hey, but you know what? That's exactly what I told BBA though. I told him that I'd send him a bunch of his BBA figures.
Oh yeah, and sign them.
If they sell, let's say they sell for $100, I'll sell them. I'd send him like a bunch of BBA figures. He'll sign them off. Let's say he sells them for 150.
Mm-hmm.
He pockets that extra $50 a piece. Why not?
And you get to sell. But I think was it he that came up with the idea of getting a bunch of independent wrestlers? Because like a lot of wrestlers, you can get probably T-shirts and posters made up pretty easily, or photos that they can sign at shows. How many of them will have figures that they can sell at the show? Problem is the mold part. So even if you get some lesser known independent wrestlers, you have to pay $6,000 to make a mold of them. How many figures do you have to sell to recoup that cost?
Yeah.
But that would be neat if you could. Imagine even, I don't care who it is, if you went to a wrestling show, just a local show that was small, and they had figures that they'd sign for you, that'd be pretty cool. Probably a lot of people would buy them. I don't know how you make it affordable.
Yeah.
Russia had this idea of all people, but what about U.S. presidents? Yeah.
Enlighten Norwell.
Is it public domain stuff? I always wondered, because I think Rush, he was going to make a Trump. I assume just because he's president, I can't just make a Trump. I probably still have to pay him for his likeness, right? Or Obama or any of the recent guys. Is George Washington available? I mean, just because he's dead doesn't mean there isn't a family somewhere that says, "Hey, you can't." I don't even know. Is it public?
What's up, Norwell?
Norwell. But is that available? Can you just make an Abraham Lincoln wrestling figure? I don't know.
I don't think you can.
I would assume just because they're dead doesn't mean that somebody from the family isn't around that can sell you his likeness fees or licensing or whatever. Just because they're president, I don't think you can just profit off their, name, image, and likeness or whatever. I don't know. It says historical figures are public domain. Huh. Well, there you go. Do that then.
There you go.
How many LJN Lincolns and Washingtons and stuff do they have? Thomas Jefferson, get all the founding fathers. Be like, hey, you can reenact your Revolutionary War, get them sending the Declaration of Independence and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe even make a John Hancock figure, literally, or Benjamin Franklin. He wasn't the president, but still, I assume that would count.
All you gotta do is remake the exact Hulk Hogan and put a high top. What do you call it? High top on it.
Yeah, what does he call that?
Put a top hat on it with a beard.
That's not Hogan. That's Abraham Lincoln.
There you go.
But the same pose. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. I think, have you ever seen Robot Chicken?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I think they actually had an Abraham Lincoln in a skit, and I'm pretty sure they had Hulk Hogan as his voice. It was like, who dares what? Because I think they have him. Don't they have? Or no, yeah, I think they have Lincoln up at the Lincoln Memorial. If I remember, am I misremembering it? Because I think they're making a George W. Bush. They're making him funny, like if he had the Force and he was running around Washington D.C., doing silly stuff. I think so. And I think they got Hogan to do the voice. I don't know how they did that, but that's kind of funny. So that maybe it would work. You could do. It's not Hulk Hogan. That's Abraham Lincoln. That's not John Cena. That's George Washington. I don't know who does Cena look like. Benjamin Franklin, not Brian Adams. John Adams. Different crush.
I just might. You never know.
I didn't know that they were open for grabs. Then that's pretty cool. Do they have to be dead, or can you use? So maybe you can use Trump then. And Obama and Clinton and whoever's still around. Both of the Bushes, No, Carter passed away. Well, you can still use them. Reagan. You want to get your more famous ones. You don't want to do like James Garfield probably wouldn't sell as well.
James Garfield.
Oh, James Garfield. When was he the one? There was a few of them that only like was president for a month. Wasn't there? There's one that like deliberately gave like too long a speech in the rain and caught cold and died or something like that. And like his figure might not be as popular, you know. Ulysses S. Grant, that could be, war hero and president.
There you go.
There's a lot of them though. I didn't know that was open for games, so maybe you could do that. Historical figures are public. Well, that says historical figures. I've just been talking presidents and stuff. That opens it up to all kinds of stuff. Take a Woodrow Wilson. Or an FDR with battle wheelchair. I mean, because FDR, wasn't that 3 or 4 terms he did before he passed away? Truman, given the signal to drop the bomb. But these are all presidents. But you could do. No, I'm not. I am on mezcal, which is not a drug, but a tequila adjacent liquor. But so historical figures that we don't have to be presidents then. Could you do like
oh man, that's funny.
Napoleon? Could you do like those famous Genghis Khan or Genghis Khan? Can you do those? Do those count as historical figures? That might be kind of fun. Those big war type heroes. Alexander the Great. Could you do like a 300 themed? This is Sparta. Get like a real character. I mean, that'd definitely be historical. Hey, you got money.
I know that's funny though.
The message is stupid, but I mean, $5 is $5.
Hey, $5 is $5. I can't complain.
As they say, a fool and their money are soon parted. Hair plugs can't take it back, can he?
Rockstar, that's awesome, man.
Washington, Lincoln, FDR, JFK. Oh yeah, JFK. Forgot about that.
Rockstar, you rock, dude.
Nixon.
Roosevelt was the GOAT.
Good Eisenhower.
You struck it to the Roosevelt. Sometimes we might.
You could do Eisenhower both as president and like military. Patton. A lot of those famous types you could do.
Now, why is nobody mentioning the very sexy William Taft?
Would he be as popular? That's what I was trying to think of those really quick. I think wasn't Garfield a quick president? I feel like I'm bad that I don't know this. I used to at one point know like you were shortest.
Why would you call a super chatter on your friend's show a cool? That's me, bro. What's it gonna be?
William Henry Harrison, 31 days. Died of pneumonia just 3 weeks after taking office. I think this was the guy I was trying to think of. Gave a speech in the rain in D.C. April 4th was 9th president. Shortest presidency in U.S. history. So there you go. William Henry Harrison. Remember that.
I think we just played again.
Did we just reset? Has it been a magical... Yeah, it is an hour and 51 minutes. Why is it not an even number? Why does it reset just, I don't know. You think an hour and a half, 2 hours? It's a weird.
So what is...
Well, he was old Tippy Canoe. That's why I should have remembered him. Okay.
What is Strookers?
Some cute way of saying strokers, I think.
Strookers.
It's freaking me out. I like alcohol better than weed. Probably it's because I'm pumped up doing all that snow. I shoveled a bunch of snow, and that's not a cocaine reference. The actual weather snow, wintry snow, and then real quickly ran in and took a shower, and then I've been drinking since then. So maybe dehydration. Maybe I'm still running on energy. I slept in too much this morning.
Hey, what's up, Mustard?
You should see working with me. This is how I am at work.
Juggalo, what's up, man?
Juggalo.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go through the message and
AKA Old Mustard.
That's
some interesting names. You ever had mayo stirred old mustard or mustard mayonnaise? Have you ever had those? Or mayo stirred mustard mayonnaise when you combine the two? Making a Mr. Show with Bob and David reference. Probably nobody knows that. But man, that's tough. All the stuff you have to think about and deal with wrestling figures and fire out a cannon. I think I'm used to multitasking. I work on computers, and like nowadays, you can be emailed, texted, called, ticketing systems, it's used to multitasking. So maybe that's it,
Yeah.
Because like I'm talking to you here, but then I've got you here so I can read the chat on my first monitor, and then above that's the
Yeah.
other monitor where I'm checking email. And then I got a monitor over here where somebody's Twitch streaming. So I'm just used to like, oh hey, were you talking? Go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna look over here now. I have that problem is that I think, like you're saying, you don't watch TV as much, and at least I try to, but I can't not just watch TV. I have to have my phone on or my tablet while I'm watching TV, while I might be listening to a podcast. I can't just do one thing anymore. It's really, really sad. Yeah, I do IT. Yeah. I like to say I'm classically trained, though. I actually got my degree in computer science. A lot of people found their way into computers through other degrees, but I'm like, because I secretly want to be like a classically trained, musician, pianist, or something. But so I like to say I'm classically trained. I actually got my degree in computer science. So yeah, I've been working in computer stuff for years and years, programming computers to do things for us.
Where is
Until AI takes over, at least I want to try to control our AI overlords. The Flipper Zero. I've heard of that. I've never used one. Like are they still allowed? Can you still buy those? I heard people were I'm not much of a hacker or freaker, but isn't that more of a hacking device, a Flipper Zero? I'm not even sure how does it work. I've never looked into it, but a buddies of mine that are more into that stuff talk about Flipper Zero. You might get put on some list if you buy one, from what I gathered. Oh, they got unbanned? Oh, okay, there you go. Maybe not. Is that just like a presidential thing? So like right now, Trump's maybe unbanning a bunch of stuff, and then the next president could decide to ban them again. Of course, I guess if you got them. Yeah, okay. I guess if you already got them, then it's not like you get put on a list again. What would you do with it, though? I'm not even sure what you use a Flipper Zero for. Such a weird name, Flipper Zero. You ever remember that? Did you ever watch that TV show, Flipper? Now I've got the Flipper theme song going through my head. As soon as
is it the House Flippers?
The talking doll, well, not talking, but the dolphin show.
Oh,
They
Flipper.
call
I
him
got you.
Flipper. Yeah.
Wasn't that a spinoff of a movie?
Maybe it was before my time, I think, but I remember in the summer it was in syndication. That's kind of when I started seeing like Gilligan's Island and stuff like that, like on USA or one of those channels, years and years and years and years.
Really?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
thought Flipper was the movie, and then the TV show came on.
I know they made a movie recently. Did they also? We'll see, because Flipper, the TV series, is 1964.
Gotcha.
So I think they made maybe a recent movie based upon it. Hey, Flipper Zero, Flipper.net. So I think it was one of those. USA must have got a deal, so they got your Gilligan's Island, I Dream of Genies, Flipper, all those TV shows. Okay, there you go.
All right.
Does it come with a cigar and a blue
Let's
dress?
put it out there. If I come out with a Bill and Monica 2-pack, who's buying?
Now, so you definitely have to have accessories with that, right?
It's got to come with pants at the ankles. It's got to come with desk. Maybe a couple of
blue dress, a cigar too. Maybe I heard famously. You could have what was there? Who was that? Well, I can think it was Janet Reno, but no. Who was the lady that was listening in and
could be breaking the law?
Was it Jane or Janet? I forget. I would immediately, yeah. Well, I guess does she count as an historical figure? A Wang on Monica. Oh, yeah. So hair plugs is still going with the she-male stuff. Probably should work on expanding your material. Hair plugs. Yeah, blue dress. I know people that are different than you are funny, but.
Oh, wow.
Did you put a Wang on Monica, Flythe? I think Bill Clinton put a Wang on Monica. See, that's a joke. See, work on your material, hair plugs.
Hey, I love Monica.
So did Bill.
Monica was freaking hot as hell. Well, and I don't know what all
she's actually become a character, though. Like considering what she went through, Bill Clinton at least was famous, and even though he was married to Hillary, he got a lot of money and stuff. But she didn't get anything out of it, right? She got, ran through the press. So she's actually a pretty strong lady. I think I've seen her make some jokes about it and stuff, like on Twitter or ZX, whatever it's called now.
Like here's the thing, man. Like she got so much slack in the 90s for being like this fat girl. Like, if that's considered fat for you, like,
I remember that.
Like this is a sad world we live in. If this is considered fat in the public's eyes, like sad. Like she was gorgeous, and I remember seeing her on like HBO. It was like this. I think it was called Black and White, and she was on like this 1 hour HBO special or something, and she was talking about the whole scandal and everything.
Yeah,
and even freaking who was the comedian? One of the damn comedians was talking about it. Not Martin.
A lot of them did.
Who's the damn comedian? I got his freaking face in my damn mind, but I can't think of his damn name.
You said comedian, so we're not talking about hair plugs.
Nope.
See, that's another joke. I didn't even call anyone gay or a shemale. Isn't that interesting how you can do that?
Oh, that's funny.
Resorting to shemale jokes.
But
Latuni.
he made this joke about
Ric Flair's pants down.
how much power that a president actually has.
Oh.
That you make somebody famous just by giving you a blowjob. Like, think about that. How much power you hold as a president of the United States that you make somebody famous just by giving you a head. I'm like, damn, you make a big ass point with that.
I don't think I've heard that one. That is pretty funny. Though I always wonder if we had like the tabloids and social media back then, what we'd known about JFK. I mean, he sounded like he was even bigger player than Bill Clinton was, 60 years ago. Yeah, I like that. If you can get Latuna to use the Ric Flair pants down mold. You did say he's coming out with the Flair about ready to fall on his face mold, right? Or figure?
Yeah.
Because I thought of that when you're trying to think of other wrestling type, poses and stuff. Is there something like that you could do besides the Flair one if he's already doing it?
The flop.
Mm-hmm. The Flair flop, is that what you call it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mouth style Jimmy Hart with the music notes on his suit and the megaphone. Yeah. I see that every once in a while on eBay. I keep wondering about it, the Jimmy Hart figure. I just haven't. I've bought 2 LJNs so far, Hillbilly Jim and Paul Orndorff. I've been buying more modern figures since. I haven't gone back to look at what I would honestly pay a little extra if I got someone, because a lot of people are like, what do you call them when you take the LJN and you clear it up a bit because it's been 40 years. I don't mind a loose LJN. I don't need a mint on card. I just like to buy a few more of them, but that look good. I don't mind the loose ones, but you look at them like, oh, they look kind of crappy. I don't want to pay $100 for something crappy. I'd pay a little more for someone, even if I knew they repainted it. It would look better. I don't see a lot of those though. I see every once in a while on Facebook a few people that do that, but I don't know that they just sell them in general. I'm like, I would pay you extra. You found it at a garage sale. You made it look presentable again. Sure, it's worth your time and effort. You're a good artist at it. I don't know that I could do it.
Got to go for the JFK Monroe 2-packs now. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
there you
a
go.
lot of good. Got to go for a lot of these ideas here.
You could have a whole like presidents and their mistresses line or something.
Jimmy Hart.
That would be kind of fun. Yeah, JFK Monroe. You got the Clinton, Monica. The other famous presidents and their mistresses line, that's pretty short. There's got to be more, but I guess they weren't as famous. Were there any?
I got to check on the wife. I got to see what she's doing.
Uh-oh. Real quick, while Watty's not paying attention, let's talk about stuff. There's got to be other presidents and their mistresses. We got to build out the line. We can't have 2. There'll be his tag team
Hey,
line.
Watty. I'm trying to fill out a mistresses and presidents line.
Yeah, ask your wife. Does she have any
ideas?
What do you
know about it?
There's got to be more. I think pretty much most presidents cheated on their wives, it seems like. If they could. I think most of them did.
Well, how about Obama and his boyfriend?
Did Obama have him? He probably,
his boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, they talked about how she looked like a man, I don't know if you want to get into McMahon Sable.
McMahon Sable 2-pack. That's what's up right there.
With like head shooting action, if you believe the
head shooting action.
He might sue you if you do that. I don't know. Can you get away with that? He's not historical enough to get away with that one. No. Yeah, McMahon and Sable. Do you think they actually slept together? I don't know. I'd get nervous because Brock Lesnar would break me.
It was a struggle.
Maybe before Lesnar, if she wasn't dating Lesnar yet, maybe you could get away with it. I was just rewatching because that OVP podcast posted something on, I think it was the WCW Spring Stampede from '94. And the opening match was Johnny B. Bad, Mark Merrow versus Diamond Dallas Page. I don't know if he went by Diamond Dallas Page yet. And they were talking about how Diamond Dallas came out with his wife at the time, who I think they've since. And they're wondering why Sable never made it into the WCW. I think she did later on after she was already famous. But I was kind of curious. I'm like, yeah, if Merrow was still married to Sable at the time when he was Johnny B. Bad, that WCW never took advantage of having her because they could have done like, the 2 wrestlers fighting and the 2 ladies outside could be. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't interested in wrestling yet. Made a lady wear a poop hat. I guess that's a way to say that. I don't know if you believe that or not, but I did hear, based upon the way he grew up, McMahon had some
Isn't
issues.
Sable, or is that Trish Stratus? I might have the names wrong. That dumped the women's championship belt in the garbage can when
That
she moved
was
over to
that was
WCW.
Medusa.
Mm.
She went by, what was her other name? She actually, I think, got a start through Minnesota. What was her name? Lunder Blaze. She wrestled under Lunder Blaze. She wrestled under Medusa. I'm trying to remember her real name is. She came out with a book recently that I was thinking about buying sometime. She seemed like a neat wrestler. She sounds like she had a neat life because I think after wrestling, she went on and did a bunch of stuff, including, if you can believe it, what are the big monster trucks? I think she went into monster truck racing or something like that. And I think she won a few titles or something like that. I'm like, wow, she's got to have an interesting life. Now she's married to some military man. I don't know which branch he was.
Cool.
She still looks pretty good, even though she's like 60 or 65 or something like that. Every once in a while on Facebook, because it's wrestling themed now, they curate.
Yeah.
Look at. They have a few of her like hugging like old wrestlers and stuff, even though she's in her 60s, so she's out signing autographs and stuff like that. I'm trying to remember what her real name, something Michelli or something like that. It's her real name. I can't remember.
But
Interesting.
damn, she's under 60 though. That's crazy.
I think so, because she was older than you expect back then. You can kind of tell, because time's undefeated. Luckily, to her credit, because unfortunately, especially for women, because they're judged by their appearance, they're more likely to have face, surgery to make them look less wrinkly and stuff. Like that matters. I don't know that anybody really cares. I don't think she's bothered. She's just living her life, living her best life. Trump and Stormy. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Is Stormy considered historical that you can get away with that? Was Monica? I don't know. What are the rules on this sort of? Can you say it's under satire? But I guess it's name and likeness. But yeah, so there you go. You got at least three. You got Trump and Stormy. You got Monica and Bill. You got JFK and Marilyn Monroe. I mean Marilyn Monroe. That'd be probably a pretty popular figure for some
But
people.
you know what? If I came out with a Trump figure, somebody would harass me about, oh, you're making a Trump figure. So,
well, yeah.
you know.
But you'll probably sell as many too, because he's got quite a cult following too, right? So you sell to them. He sells a lot. He pushes a lot of merch, right? So that might make up for it. I mean, I'm not a Trump fan myself, but looking at a purely business perspective, you're going to sell some figures, because there's a lot of people. It seems like there's some people in the middle who are kind of like they don't really care, but there's a lot of people that really, really like Trump, and that's like their whole identity. And you'll be able to sell, Trump vibrators and dildos if you wanted to them. They'll buy anything with Trump's name on it. Right? It's literally that bad. So
But we need to talk about this whole
take advantage of it.
This whole presidents and their mistress line, because this has me intrigued big time.
It's a different take on the tag team lines. I definitely like the idea. There's got to be more. I just don't think there was as famous. Like you say, back in the day, I don't know if FDR did, but I mean, Stephen Hawking cheated on his wife, so I don't know why FDR couldn't have, even from a wheelchair. They just weren't as famous back then because you didn't have the media is up in their grill. You didn't have social media. You didn't have the internet, really, right? So they weren't as famous. Even JFK and Monroe, that was probably pre all this, but it was famous enough. So I don't know what other people can do, but Trump, Stormy, that's a good one. So you got three. Reagan didn't really cheat, I don't think. Neither of the Bushes were famous. Carter, Nixon, see, I don't. Not available. Not available because they're still around, and yeah, I don't know. Luna Vachon.
No Monica either.
I did get a Luna Vachon, I want to say from Figure Collections. It was a crappy figure. It was like a damaged card pack I got on Black Friday just for giggles. I was really getting it for, I think I got a Macho and a few other things in there, but they're selling it as a pack because they're basically, I think Mike is it Mike? Who's the referee? Chioda? Is it Mike? Matt?
Mike Chioda, yep.
I think it came with him. Gangrel. I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. I think a Macho Man, Luna Vachon, Hayabusa. So I wasn't buying it for the Luna, but I'm like, oh, cool. I'll see what this is like. Yeah, it's a terrible figure. I can't stand. It doesn't look anything like her. But I got a Luna Vachon now in my collection, I guess. She has an interesting story too, I think. I think they did the Dark Side of the Ring on her. Just on her, I think. If I remember correctly. I wonder when that's coming back. That's a good show. Sad at times, but good. Right, because it's the Dark Side of the Ring for a reason, right? It's not like, oh yeah, and then he lived happily ever after, and everything was puppy dogs and rainbows, right? No, it's Dark Side of the Ring. It's not the light, the good side of the ring. You're just lucky at the end if the person's still alive. On those, right? Because it's usually like, oh, Dino Bravo, yeah, he was probably assassinated by mobster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. That's real uplifting. Thanks about that. Over cigarettes. I think that's actually what it was over. It was over like cigarettes because it's up in Canada where I think they're buying cigarettes, importing them from like a like an Indian reservation, a Native American reservation where they didn't pay taxes. And especially in Canada, the taxes are higher than in America because, the social medicine, all that stuff, right? So I think it was an even bigger deal to import those cigarettes and then sell them for cheap than cigarette people. And I think something happened, like either they lost the truck or it was stolen. And that's how he was murdered. At least that's what they think he was. I'm like, really? Over cigarettes? Can you imagine coming down to
How
being murdered?
stupid.
I mean, admittedly, it was probably tens of thousands, maybe even 50,000. It was probably a lot of money in cigarettes, but it's just cigarettes. But yeah. So yeah, most of those are pretty sad. I think Luna Vachon, she was already gone. She's gone. I think they did a Sherry Martel that she was already dead by the time that came out. A lot of good shows. I mean, the Benoit shows really disturbing. Yeah, wrestling's tough. Wrestling's tough on these people. I think it's getting better. AEW. I mean, to their credit, I might not like the wrestling, but Tony Khan does seem to pay a lot of money to these wrestlers. They do seem to have pretty good lives, even if they do some kind of hardcore garbage type wrestling. Drawing blood on a Wednesday on a mid card. It's the booking that's just nonsensical. Like, you save that stuff for big matches and pay per views, right? You don't just draw color every 5 seconds just because. It's a bit much, but I don't know. Too much gymnastics, too much cooperation, too much drawing color.
And there actually is wrestling on Saturdays, isn't there?
Yeah, they have a Collision, I think. AEW does. And tonight is Saturday night's main event, John Cena's last match. So probably when this is over, I might watch that, probably fall asleep to it, but who knows?
And because I'm always doing a live stream on Saturdays, I don't ever watch anything. And Netflix has Raw, I think, on Mondays, but I never watch Raw. But you would think I should really get my butt on it and actually watch that stuff.
You're probably not missing much. I watch it when I can. I mean, I don't watch anything live anymore. I don't even watch like football, or I don't even watch the Super Bowl live anymore. I chase play everything. I hate commercials. So the fact that Saturday night's main event's on right now, it's no big deal. As long as I can avoid spoilers. I'll watch it later tonight, maybe tomorrow. I know it's Cena's last match, but I assume it'll suck because most of this year sucked with Cena, unfortunately. But I want to watch it eventually.
Is he still Intercontinental Champion, or is that coming off tonight?
He lost it in the last pay-per-view. He lost it back to Dominic Mysterio. What was that pay-per-view? War Games, Survivor Series War Games. He lost it there. Because they brought back, who was Dominic? The lady, the short blonde. She was hurt in that freak accident and came back. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan came back. Spoiler. She came back and she was pretending like she was gonna, I think she smacked Dom, and then she hugged Cena like she's turning face or something, and then I think she kicked him in the groin or something like that.
Nice.
But yeah, so Dominic's got it back. I think they literally only gave him the title because that was literally the only title that Cena never won. I don't think they wanted him to give that up at the end of this stupid tournament they've got. They have got the, was it Time Is Now tournament or whatever it is. Who's he wrestling? Gunter? Did Gunter win? I think he did.
Hey, Rockstar. Merry Christmas to you too, buddy.
Enjoy your she-mails, Rockstar. That's Rockstar, no hair plugs, right? Or whatever. I blocked him, so I don't really care. I think it's Gunter is wrestling Cena.
Gunter?
Yeah. Cornette likes
was Gunter the guy that broke Honky Tonk Man's record? Like 13 months or 14 months as Intercontinental Champion?
If he didn't, he was close. Did he break it?
I thought he did.
I don't know how to feel because everybody says Gunther's a great wrestler. Cornette says he's a great wrestler. Most of the people online I see think he's a great wrestler, and I just don't get it. I don't see why they like him that much. I mean, I get the fact that he's more of a wrestler. He's not doing flippy gymnastics, waiting for cooperation. Like everything's gymnastic based now, it seems like.
Yeah.
And that has a place. Like drawing color, drawing blood has a place. Using furniture, chairs, and tables has a place. It's just that, especially AEW, they've ran into the ground. It's Wednesday, and it's two mid-card fellas or gals. Let's draw blood and throw chairs at them and use barbed wire. It's like, then it means nothing anymore, right? You need to space that out a bit. The flippy stuff is the same way now, unfortunately. I just think, and the cooperation that's required to pull this stuff off, and yet they still don't pull off at times. I mean, because the people just stand around like, oh my God, I'm so wounded. Let me stand next to this other person so that I give you a place to land on when you do your 360 backwards jump off the top rope thing. Everybody can see what's happening. Even if you thought, if you still thought wrestling was real, there's clearly, like back when I was a kid, I could kind of believe it was real. You can't believe that anymore. There's way too much fake stuff going on in modern wrestling. They don't even care to keep kayfabe, right? It's at this point, it's as if David Copperfield, or am I thinking of the right guy? The Magicians, right? It's as
Hmm.
if after every magic act they told you exactly what they did. It's as if who was Penn and Teller? It's as if as every time they're like, okay, we're gonna do the bullet catch. Hey, now this is how we did it. It's like, well, that ruins the magic of. We all know magic isn't real. You didn't really make that plane disappear, but let me at least be amazed by it. That was kind of wrestling, even as an adult. Now anymore, it just too much cooperation. Off my
That's
support.
so awesome.
But I'll still watch it. It's something to do. Putting on background at a minimum. Like tonight, Saturday night's main event. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do something else while it's on. Like I might be on my tablet reading email and doing this or whatever, checking eBay for my last demolition figure, whatever, whatever it is. But I'll have it on. I'll kind of watch it ish. I don't know. I think I like wrestling figures more than wrestling anymore. You know
You
what I mean?
know, eBay, I think, is gonna start to like sweat a little bit
Yeah.
because for like 4 years, I probably spent like a $500,000 on that damn platform.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm even exaggerating,
Ooh.
but but seriously though, it's probably been like over 2 months since I last bought something off of eBay, and you might think, okay, 2 months, not a big deal, but given the fact that the vast
Awesome.
quantity of stuff that I've bought off of eBay over the last 3 or 4 years, and then you go 2 months without buying a single item, now we're freaking talking about a long period of time to go without buying something off that platform.
eBay sends you an
And
email like, "What happened? Are you alive? Where'd you go, buddy? You can still
kinda
buy
feels
stuff."
that way too. Like, and even
Some
the
sites
last
do
stuff
that.
that I bought over the last, month or 2 months ago when I did buy something,
Mhm.
I mean, it was basically from one thing, and I bought a bunch of stuff off auction from one seller, so it's not like it was, spread out.
Mhm.
And even then, it was like a month before then, before I bought something else. So, I think over the last 3 or 4 months, like, I haven't bought a lot of stuff, and
Have you looked and
everything
just not found any deals, or you stopped looking, or
a little bit of both.
yeah?
A lot of stuff I'm getting in nowadays, like, stuff I got in today, from Big Rubber Guys. My stuff that's coming in from Latuni. I'm expecting something to come in from, Ringside Collectibles.
Oh, okay.
Stuff that came in from J&J Figures, with the, Razor Ramon figures, for example,
Oh,
stuff like that. I mean, these are all stuff that's like, pre-orders and stuff.
the ringside are also pre-orders.
I think so. I'm
Keep
not
looking
even
at their
sure
site.
I don't even know what I ordered from Ringside. Maybe they're Mattel Retros, possibly. I mean, that's the only thing I
Yeah,
could think of,
because
but
they're in
I
stock
don't know.
now. I was talking with Bum about that. They're in stock now. The Ventura. Did you buy all three? Ventura, Punk, and Cody.
I think so.
Oh,
I would have ordered all of them.
because I
And
noticed
I
that they're already down a couple bucks. I think the Punk and Roadies started off at 21.99. Now they're down to 19.99 in their latest sale. So, like Bum said, maybe the long games here. I'm like, oh yeah, but I want the because I was looking at it. You get basically three figures for $60. So that kind of puts in perspective the four figures for $60 from Mattel, right?
yeah.
It's like you're getting an extra figure from them. And these are
Yep.
probably the same thing. They're probably Mattel made both of them are, it's
Oh,
very
they did.
yeah. So I'm like, should I wait? Yeah, but I want the Punk. The fact that there's a Punk Metro and I'm a Punk mark. And I mean, it's neat to have Ventura. I don't know if I care about Cody Rhodes. I wanted to, but I think his booking is kind of. I know it's all made up, but that chase with Roman, I kind of lost some respect for his character. I don't know if
And
I like Cody as much as I used to.
I
Unfortunately.
don't even know if these are the Mattel Retros or if these are the Elite figures that came out because there's also
Okay.
supposed to be like um, a Jesse Ventura Elite figure
I
that's
was just
supposed
gonna
to be
say
coming out as
the
well.
Coliseum collection,
So,
the Ventura. Did you get Ventura and King Kong Bundy, or
mhm.
yeah,
So
that
that might
was
be
fun.
what's supposed to be coming in.
Yeah, they're both in stock now. I think because I think I've seen some people talking about the Bundy and Ventura pictures, and I don't know if Kyle Peterson, but those types of people have been doing
Yep.
reviews.
So everything that I've been getting in over the last, month or so, I mean, these are all pre-orders that are coming in. So like I haven't ordered anything really for a long time now. And I'm not like the big time collector that everybody wants me to be, which is sad, but I mean, I'm focusing on out there, on the deck, and all the household bills. And now with the whole MRW stuff starting up, I'm trying to put my
Yeah,
resources into that stuff. So everything else, collection wise, I don't want to say I've stopped, but it just hasn't been a main priority for me anymore.
get a little pickier maybe too about the things you
I
put your
do.
money into. Yeah. Well, I mean, they'll still be making figures next year whenever you can come back and spend a little here and there. Maybe you'll miss some things, maybe you won't. It's hard to miss because they won't go away. What I think Cornette would say that. How could I miss you if you won't go away? But I mean, they're making tons and tons of figures. How many different lines? Like Bum wants to just concentrate on retros. Great. How many different retro companies are there? Oh, geez, that's the time. Great that we got Latuni, but now I got Latuni and BRG and LJN, and there's probably even more. If you're just concentrating on those, probably Galoob's the only one that you have to worry about the one company for. I guess right now it's just Top Rope. I don't know if anybody else is doing Galoob style. I don't know how many Galoob only collectors there are though. That's probably a niche that people aren't hitting. And then you count Zombie Sailors retro. Do you count? I mean, there's a lot of them that are retro-esque. Like the Superstars, are those retros? But they're AWA, what do you call them? Like Remco style, maybe? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to say He-Man style because some of them are He-Man-ish, because they have these guys. They're always hugely muscle-bound. They always think of like a He-Man type figure. But, how many figures can you buy? And you feel like, oh, I'll miss out on this one. But, oh, no, there'll be another one around the corner. They don't stop making these figures.
And because of the cost of the figures, you can't ever find them at Walmart. So
no, I can never find my
you
Superstars.
can't. So they're supposed to be like $20. So you can only find them on eBay. And I'm not paying $50,
Yeah.
$50+ for them. So the Remco style WWE Superstars are off the docket for the most part.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much done buying those for the. Even though I pretty much have all of them, there's probably a few of them. Maybe 3 or so that I'm missing. Maybe a couple of variants.
I would like
far.
to buy a few, but I don't care enough. I don't want to collect them all, but there might be like, oh, Roddy Piper, this or that, or something interesting like that. But like you're saying, and that's why I haven't bought on eBay in a while, because everybody on eBay is smoking crack, almost literally, for the money they want for this stuff. Occasionally I'll get bored and I'll go, oh, let me search for big rubber guys. Like, oh yeah, this is rare and sold out. The pink trunks macho, $3 million. I'm like, yeah, okay, F you. I'm not. All the demolition ones, yeah, no chance, no way. I think I almost bought something on eBay, but I found it on Mercari with a coupon. My first purchase on Mercari. So now that I'm sort of a mint on card collector, the one that I missed was the ultrasonic macho from Latuni. I found somebody selling it for pretty reasonable. It was only $55, which I mean sticker was $50, so that's not much over sticker. And you can't buy it from AJ anymore. So I'm like, well, okay, maybe I'll buy this one. And then with the Mercari coupon, it kind of brought it down to $49, I think, without shipping. So I made that purchase. But that's probably the first purchase from an auction site that I bought. I haven't bought from eBay. I don't know how long now. I don't even remember. All the pre-orders, all the Black Friday sales, you kind of, even if I can afford it, I'm like, I don't want to go on tilt. I got to buy Christmas presents for other people right now. I can't just keep buying wrestling figures for myself. And I bought a new computer and that wasn't cheap, which I'm on right now. But, that all adds up after a while. You're kind of like, yeah, I should watch my bills for a month or two. Let's cool it down a bit.
I'm trying to think which figure Mustard's talking about right here.
A figure that had no muscles, a proud hunchback, not just a regular hunchback, and long arms with the consistency of an old banana. Well, the long arms makes me think Zombie Sailors, right? Isn't that the joke? Consistency of an old banana. Is there such a figure? Is he? I think he's being funny though, isn't he? I think he or she.
No muscles, and no muscles, and the hunchback had me thinking. Nikolai Volkov at first.
Proud Hungarian bunch. Well, I was thinking of like a George the Animal Steel, but I don't think he had a hunchback. Maybe he just hunched himself over. I did buy that. I think it was with Roddy Piper. There was a Coliseum collection that George the Animal Steel, maybe Piper. I think it was. I bought that back on sale at Mattel Creations. I think he's being funny, he or she.
But no long arms though. I mean, he had smaller arms and
a proud Hungarian bunch. Well, maybe his Zombie Sailor figure, if they ever come out with one, will have long arms.
You could call him the teacher.
Well, see, George the Animal Steel was a teacher.
Yeah.
The professor. Oh, is that the that's like the YouTube or podcaster personality I don't know about, right? You guys have talked about the professor.
Yeah.
Now when you say professor as a Cubs fan, who do I think of instead?
Freaking Kyle Hendricks.
Yeah, he just retired. Anytime you guys say professor, I'm like, why are we talking about Kyle Hendricks? I think he just retired. It's like, no, it's this wrestling. Isn't it like the professor is like a wrestling figure podcaster or something? I haven't seen the show. You guys have tried to explain it to me, but I don't. I'm too old now. I don't get the reference. You kids in your professor shows. Where's the clouds at? I need to shake my fist at clouds. They're none in the room. But I haven't seen this professor. That's who he's talking about, I assume.
He's got a LJN channel.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
He makes LJN Royal Rumbles and stuff like that.
Oh, didn't he get in trouble for something? Like we thought didn't he beat up a lady or something, but it was real something.
I'm hearing stories that people tell me, but
Okay.
I didn't see it or hear about it myself. I'm just hearing through the grapevine of what's happening.
Man, now all I can think about is watching Game 6 against the Dodgers. Remember that game Kyle Hendricks pitched? He made the Dodgers look like a little league team. I now want to watch that game.
Man, I'm still pissed off that the damn Blue Jays didn't pull it out and win that damn series.
They were so close. Oh man.
I thought they were actually going to win it. I was so excited. I thought they were going to win.
Yeah, weren't they ahead and they blew Game 7? If I remember, wasn't that how it went? Was it Game 6?
Yeah, and they were going to win. I mean, there was no doubt. Even when the Dodgers came back, I still thought it was going to be another Cubs thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then it didn't happen.
Were there chats getting deleted?
Hey,
yeah, I mean, it really sucked, especially because I hate the Dodgers. And it'd been great to see the Dodgers, spend all this money and then still lost. But no, I guess I just got to go on hating baseball. Guess this is me now. I think I'll celebrate though. Maybe I'll watch Saturday night's main event on my TV, and I'll have Game 6 of the Dodgers Cubs on my tablet. But you remember that? It was Kyle Hendricks came in and pitched. I mean, he made the Dodgers look silly, and the Cubs coasted to the World Series. I was actually at a Blackhawks game that year. Oh, he must be having a good night. I was at the Blackhawks game, so my dad and we went to the Blackhawks game. I don't think he thought ahead of time when he bought the tickets that, hey, we'd have to worry about Cubs playoff baseball at the time. But we were driving back. And it was kind of funny in the intermissions. They would show the game on the little Jumbotron in the middle of the rink.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. You're like, oh, wait, we can catch up on the game. But then I was almost like, I don't want to know. I want to go home and probably we had it on DVR at the time. I want to go home and watch the game on DVR, right? I don't want to necessarily find out. But I think we listened to the game on the way home driving back. And well, glad we watched it, though. I think it was Game 6 because, I mean, like he made him look silly. And you're like, man, he pitches so slow. How can you not hit his pitches? But no, in his prime, the professor pitched well. I'm sure they did get up on YouTube.
Hey, Mustard, you have a good one too, bud. You didn't have to retract those messages. Actually, man, you didn't say anything wrong.
Did he? Because it looked like it was shrinking on me, and I thought a few things. Oh, I think the professor ones, yeah, maybe he deleted. That's okay.
Yeah, I was just saying, like,
because it was scrolling on its own, the chat window, so I couldn't quite tell what was happening, but things were changing, and I wasn't doing it. I'm like, well, I'm not even hitting my keyboard. Oh well.
No, the messages were getting retracted. I'm like, they didn't have to be because, like I said, I mean, nothing was said that was wrong. Nothing bad.
Not that I know. Yeah, tarot cards and dolls. The professor, huh? Maybe I should look into it. I haven't.
Are we getting close? We are at 23%. Is that right?
Hey, that's Ryan Sandberg's number. And Michael Jordan. I'm at 84%. Does that count? We have to keep going until my iPad loses power. Sorry. Keep streaming. Excuse me.
Well, just until my phone reaches 10%. Or, well, my phone's at 35 minutes right now, which is probably like, what, 2 hours? What do we stop? Like an hour? Because it counted back up again. So we're probably like, what, 220 right now?
227. It's 8:27. Well, I mean, you're at 227. I'm like at 2:10. How late was I? I could have swore I could have taken a shower faster, but I didn't. After coming in from shoveling snow, I'm like, I need a quick shower. It wasn't quick. But yeah, about 2.5 hours for you. 2:27.
Well, 9:27 is what I have. I mean, local time. I mean,
that's what I have.
But
you started at 7, right?
How long I've been on the show?
7 o'clock, right?
So that would be 2 hours 27 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, because even though it reset, you never left, right? It just kind of go to black and then it comes back or something. I don't know why it does that. So you got any other topics? Any other topics you want to talk about? The LJN stuff, the Maniac riding and wrestling funds?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to really take this to the full 3 hours, but like I think I'm pretty much done myself.
We could try. Christmas movies. I finally started listening to Christmas music today. I think I'm ahead of the curve. I've watched all of the movies I wanted to for Christmas at least once, so now I'm repeating myself. I think. Oh, I watched Die Hard 2 today. Does that count? I guess it kind of does. I already watched Die Hard. I haven't watched Gremlins though. I don't know. I just haven't felt in the mood. So maybe that's one movie I can add.
I
I
don't know
posted The
why it
Sound of
is,
Music the other day. That was fun.
but why is it every single year, when you're on Facebook, no matter where you are,
Yeah.
every single year, it's always prevalent everywhere you look. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Like everybody always wants to argue about that. Why
Yeah.
is that always a topic of argument? Like, okay,
Well,
whether it is
yeah.
or not, why does everybody got to bring that up? Why is that such a debate?
Because it's fun and it's a safe topic, right? You want to debate abortion or like universal health care. That's a bigger health, right?
Yes, I
But
will
but Die
debate.
Hard as a Christmas movie, we can all talk about, not throw
I will debate abortion all day long.
right. That's not gonna get that's not gonna be as a nice topic you want to do around the Christmas. I think it's also one of those, like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Have you ever heard of those? Or is a taco a sandwich? It's just a fun debate that even if you think you're right and you disagree with each other, no harm, no foul. I'm fine with
Okay,
kind of Die
okay.
Hard as a
First
Christmas
off,
movie. Is
let's backtrack here.
to the
What
sandwich
man
material?
what maniac is calling a taco a sandwich?
I don't know if taco's been included, but I think hot dog has. Have you heard people saying a hot dog is a sandwich?
Okay, all right.
I think. Am I
Let's
wrong?
see what maniac
I'm
is
not saying
calling a
I
hot
said,
dog a sandwich.
because they're like two pieces of bread and a meat in between or something like that.
Now, I sometimes might refer
Maybe.
to when I'm talking to my wife, I might refer to a hamburger as a sandwich just because that's just sheer laziness on my part, and I just don't want to refer to it as a hamburger. But that's just because, like I said, that's just laziness. That's just not me referring to a hamburger necessarily as a sandwich, though.
Okay, yeah. But is it? It could be just because it's cooked meat. Is meat between two pieces of bread, whether it's bread or a bun? I think people say that with a hot dog. I don't know about taco. I could be misremembering that. I'm not saying they are or aren't. I think it's just a funny thought, because I think of a sandwich almost probably universally like a deli type sandwich.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm poor and cheap and all I can afford is bologna or ham or turkey or something. Maybe I think I always have to have cheese, but some people don't put cheese on a sandwich because they're wrong. But okay, fine. But it always has to have some kind of meats, maybe even two meats or more, cheese. You could say whether or not lettuce, tomato, onion, that sort of stuff. At home sometimes I'm too lazy to cut up a lettuce or cut up an onion or a tomato. When I'm out and about, like in a Subway or a sub place, Jimmy John's, whatever, yeah, throw all that stuff on there. It's not required, but But a hot dog is a sandwich. Well, you've seen probably Chicago style dogs.
Not even close.
Those Chicago style dogs almost are sandwiches, right? Where they put like mustard and relish and a full pickle and peppers and all that junk, like a Chicago style dog. That almost feels like a sandwich because they put so much stuff on it. But is it a sandwich? Probably not. But I'll let you call it a sandwich. I don't really care. It's fun to think about because then what you say, oh, is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes. Okay, then it's a taco sandwich. Is this right? Then you start thinking of other wacky stuff. And are they sandwiches? Well, I don't know.
If they want to take it off of a hot dog bun and throw it on 2 slices of bread, they could call it a sandwich.
So is the
But
bread choice
if they
important?
if they put it on a long hoagie or a hot dog bun, it is no longer a sandwich.
Really? If you put it on a hot dog bun, okay, but a hoagie bun probably would make it a sandwich, wouldn't it? That's more of a sandwich type bun, isn't it?
But if it's
Or
like
like
an
a sub.
actual but if it's an actual bread, 2 slices of bread, that would make it a sandwich.
So bread choice is important to your determination. I used to, as
Yes.
a kid, many times, like when I was home by myself, either after school or in the summertime, and I was hungry. I'm like, well, I didn't know how to cook yet, but I could boil hot dogs or microwave them. Even sometimes I kind of like them overcooked in the microwave. That was kind of weird. And then we wouldn't have buns, and I put like a hot dog in one piece of bread and wrap it, and it'd be bun like. Is that a sandwich? One piece of bread, regular piece of bread, I would make a sandwich out of, but just one piece with a hot dog, because the hot dog is not so thick that you can't just take one piece of bread and wrap it around it, right? Is
Yeah.
that is that a sandwich? See, it's kind of fun to think about. I didn't
Not
care.
really
It was
it's not
tasty,
really a
and I wasn't
sandwich,
hungry
but
anymore.
it's not a hot dog either.
Oh, I
It's
kind of
just it's just a random.
did I break the
It's like
space time continuum with that
it's like
question?
it's like my mom when we were kids, she used to take
Mm.
bologna and a single piece of bread,
Mhm.
wrap it up, and kinda like
Oh, okay.
do
Yeah.
this with the bread and eat it like that.
Was that half a sandwich then? Because you didn't have two pieces of bread, maybe?
Yeah, but like she would kinda like,
Yeah.
the bread, and
Okay, like a Scooby snack, but without the bread. Because in the Scooby snack, where you have like ham wrapped around a pickle with some cream cheese, maybe or something like that, but you roll it up.
Yeah, so, like,
Maybe a
I'm like,
sandwich
"What
roll up.
like, why you making it all weird and stuff?"
Maybe I'm
Uh,
a little hungry. I don't need a full sandwich. I just want a half sandwich.
so
Usually, half sandwiches they take a sandwich and they cut it in half, but in this case, you kind of cut it the other way, right? With one piece of
because
bread, and then you rolled it up. Why not?
so
No cheese though.
just, like, it just could be as simple as
What?
a
No
single slice
cheese?
of bologna.
You got to have it, even if it was just a Kraft, cheese slices. At least you got to throw that on there. I remember doing many things with Kraft cheese slices as a kid. You got to at least have one piece of cheese, right? Cheese is almost required. I love cheese. I love me
I
some
mean, it all depends on what kind of sandwich you're making. I mean, if you make yourself a liver sausage sandwich or something, it's like having peanut butter and jelly or something. You don't put cheese or anything on that, right? Liver sausage is just liver sausage, and that's it.
No, on the peanut butter and jelly, you're supposed to put bananas, apparently, right, Elvis? Isn't that? No,
That's nasty.
I've never tried that. I don't know if that would be any good. But that makes me think about having a peanut butter and liver sausage sandwich with some onions or something. No, onions would go good on the liver sandwich, but I don't, yeah, cheese. Cheese. I mean, cheese goes with most things, though, doesn't it? I've even heard of things. I've never tried it, but putting cheese on like a piece of apple pie or something like that. I don't know what the deal is. I've never done it myself, but if I'm gonna throw stuff on a pie, I'm gonna throw like ice cream or Cool Whip or something on there, right? I'm not gonna throw cheese on there, and I love cheese. This is a cheese connoisseur. I'm like, well, if you're gonna put something on that pie, throw some ice cream on there, right? Or
You
Cool
know,
Whip.
the things that we used to enjoy when we were kids, I could
No,
not stand as an adult.
no,
I used to love freaking liver sausage when I was a kid. They come in
no.
those little, the yay big, right? Like, what are they made like by Oscar Mayer or something?
It's
Uh,
not. It's not Braunschweiger, is it? Have you ever had Braunschweiger? I think that's livery based. It's a weird meat
I don't
roll
remember,
paste. My
but
dad was into that, and I finally became it. This feels like something you get into as an adult, less than a kid, right? Kids feel like, oh, anything stronger than bologna, I'm tapping out. That's kind of
but
interesting. I think of an adult would eat the liver and onions.
but
You ever had that liver and onions?
I mean, it was just it's just a regular, normal, regular paste, right?
It's
And
called, what is it called? Liver sausage?
liver sausage.
Is it the same thing? Does anybody know what I'm talking about with Braunschweiger?
It's just a paste. You spread it on your bread like you would peanut butter.
And this is how. Oh yeah, liver sausage is close. I think liver.
But
Yeah, liverwurst is a type of sausage made primarily from liver. I love sausage. Is that code?
but
Giggity.
but
I love
but
sausage.
as kids, we used to eat that all the time, right? And it was delicious.
Well, maybe
Uh,
you did.
sometime this year I bought it, or maybe last year, and first time in years I've eaten that crap.
So
And I probably had maybe 1 or 2 sandwiches, and I could not eat that.
I wonder if you
It
are
just
talking about Braunschweiger. It apparently Braunschweiger is pork liver sausage. I didn't know, but it comes as a paste as a roll. I'd look it up. Braunschweiger.
Braunschweiger.
Because my dad was into that, and so then I started having. I was like, you know what? That's actually pretty good. I learned that from my dad. It was something different than the usual ham and bologna. The one thing my go-to as a kid, and I think they still make it, was the ham with the little bits of cheese in them. What do they call that? You
Mhm.
know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I'm like, man, that saves me so much time. I don't have to put on the cheese separately. I just can put on the ham. It's
And the cheese
it's a
comes
real
built inside. Yep, I
it's a
remember
real
that
time
stuff.
saver. I've got seconds back in my day. Um,
Or for whatever reason, I always liked the it wasn't ham, I think it was bologna. It was bologna, and you had, like, this little
pimento.
red stuff on the outside of it. You kinda peel off the red stuff
That was
to
your
get
fancy bologna, wasn't it?
yeah, I don't know what I used to sit there, I used to eat the red stuff on the outside, 'cause I used to love eating the red stuff and
Well,
peeling it around the outside.
but the red stuff.
It
Are we
wasn't
thinking two
edible.
different?
It
It
wasn't
wasn't
edible.
right. Okay, yeah, good.
No,
So that's
yeah,
a big deal.
I just like chewing on it. It was like plastic or
Okay,
something.
yeah, okay. I
I
know.
was just a weird kid. I just like chewing on it.
Pimento loaf. I thought you were gonna go with. I think isn't it called pimento loaf? It's like, isn't it like bologna with bits of stuff in it, like pickle and
No,
a bunch of
it was
meat? Yeah. So pimento loaf is, the meat with the pickles and pimentos kind of sort of baked into it, like the cheese and the ham. My dad was into that too, so I kind of got into that a little bit. See, we got plenty of material here. I was trying to think of though, Braunschweiger. What else as a kid? Grilled cheese. So were you a big grilled cheese fan? Did your mom and dad ever do
oh
that?
yeah,
And
oh yeah.
when now you're contractually obligated, I believe it's a law in the United States at least, if not everywhere else. When you have grilled cheese, what else do you have to have with it?
Baits the hell out of me. All I know is
Tomato
that I
tomato soup. Tomato
oh
soup is
forget
the
that.
answer. Really, you guys didn't do that? It seemed like every time we always had tomato soup and grilled cheese. You could not have them separately. They were always
My wife
together.
my wife accused me of burning the cheese from the inside,
Oh,
so for that, she never gets grilled cheeses from me ever again.
but you want a little bit, I think, don't you?
I'm like, "No."
My eldest
I
sister loves things burnt. I'm not quite that crazy, but a little bit of charring, a little blackening, a little carbonization, whatever you want to call it. A little bit, right? A little bit.
I'm like, how does a person burn ch" no, she asked me this question, "How do you burn the cheese from the inside?" I look at her like, "How I don't know, how does a person burn the cheese
That's
from the
right.
inside?"
I don't think you can unless you cooked it on the outside and then put it on the inside after the fact. How could you do that?
So, like, I don't know, I probably, like, butter the inside of the bread, put the cheese on the inside, and then I butter the outside of the bread, the part that's actually on the pan that gets cooked,
Hmm.
and I'm assuming that when I flip the bread, that the bread was folded over, so
Oh,
that when
so the
I
cheese
flip
got
the
exposed.
bread, the inside cheese was showing,
That could
so
be.
that the folded over bread so that was probably what happened, and when I flipped it back over again,
Yeah.
the that part so that's assumptions. Now this is, like,
Especially if I.
back in, like, high school when I made her
Makes
these
sense.
grilled cheese sandwiches,
That
and
makes sense.
she's accusing me of, like, burning the inside of the cheese.
Especially because I've gotten in trouble doing that if I flip too early. It's like be
So
calm. If you have the temperature right, you can let it sit for a while. But if I flip it too early and maybe the one side isn't done yet, you could have a little movement there. You ever had grilled peanut butter sandwich?
I don't think
My
so.
mom, my mom used to make those for me as a kid. I've never made one myself as an adult because for some reason I liked the grilled peanut butter better as a kid, and then I kind of grew out of that and started liking the grilled cheese more. I've never tried it as an adult though. I wonder if I should. But she used to make those for me. It's interesting what your parents will do. But yeah, we almost all the time, every time we had grilled cheese, was tomato soup. I don't know why. I'm not the only one. They didn't invent that. My parents, it wasn't invented in my household. But yeah, we were always tomato soup and grilled cheese. Tomato soup was actually pretty good. Even as a kid, I didn't like tomatoes. Tomato soup was always there wasn't much to it though. It was really, there's not chunks of tomato and tomato soup we were getting. But somehow it worked, especially like on a cold night, like tonight would be a good time for soup. Instead, I had chili earlier. It's chili season. I need something warm and hearty if I wanted to go out and shovel the snow, I guess.
Oh, heck yeah.
So the bread is important on whether it's a sandwich. It sounds like to you, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't really care. It's just kind of funny to think about because some people it's one of those like almost like a thought experiment. Like, hey, is a hot dog a sandwich? What if the bun's separated? How's it different than a sandwich? You all those kind of. It's almost like you're taking a philosophy course in college or something, and they're teaching you how to think. But it's about something trivial like a sandwich rather than are we really alive and are we really thinking conscious beings? What is consciousness? Right? Those heady topics. Whether it's a sandwich seems like an easier thing you could have at a party. You could talk at a cocktail party about, well, hey, is that a sandwich? Versus what is consciousness? Those kinds of things. Now I want to have a sandwich. I'm an adult now that I don't use bread as much. So if I don't use bread, is it a sandwich? My go-to if I don't want to cook anything for like lunch, and I work from home a lot of times, so
Yeah.
if I don't, I try to eat nice and like have a salad. Sometimes I throw a can of salmon on it or something. Try to be nice, so then at dinner time I can go like a crazy man. But occasionally I'll just be like, I'll always have some kind of lunch meat and cheese with me, and I'll just throw it on a plate and eat it without the bread, just like with a fork. Because I'm like,
Pretty
I don't.
cool.
I was like on some keto diets as a kid or as an adult, early adult, and I kind of got off bread. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really miss the bread. Now, if I get a prepared sandwich like at a deli or something, I get it with bread. But at home, I never keep bread because I don't eat enough of it. So I just eat it off a plate. Occasionally, I'll warm up the meat because it's cold from the fridge. Like in the wintertime, I'll microwave it just for a few seconds, or melt the cheese on it a little bit. That's always good. No melty cheese. Cheese melted for some reason is much better, right? Than like stone cold out of a fridge.
Yeah.
I like melted cheese.
Oh, you know what I
So
didn't do? I did not put on the damn Christmas tree tonight.
what?
That is something I keep forgetting to do. Ever since it turned into December, I keep forgetting to put on the Christmas tree every day.
Why do you hate Christmas?
I don't know, I'm a jackass.
You
Wore
are
the red
wearing
shirt and everything.
you are wearing red. I'm not wearing it. Well, I guess I am wearing a Christmas shirt. It's black, but it's got because it's made to look like an ugly sweater, but it's a regular T-shirt I got from Kohl's a couple years ago. Um, so I think that was kind of cute. I think it was a couple years ago. My sister for Thanksgiving, I think, was having an ugly Christmas sweater, And I'm always hot, so I never wear sweaters, even indoors, because people have functioning furnaces. So I just get hot wearing a sweater inside. So I wear this as a shirt, and I thought it was cute because it's got Mogwai with the Christmas hat on, and I think doesn't he say something like "Is anybody hungry?" or "Midnight snack"? Midnight snack, anyone? Right? And Gremlins is a Christmas movie. I mean, it happens during Christmas. He is a Christmas present, so there's no Die Hard ambiguity. I think Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Enjoy what you want, right? I don't really care.
I gotta watch Gremlins too. I just gotta watch the scene where Hulk Hogan's in the darn movie theater,
Oh,
and he's getting ready to yell at the darn Gremlins while still wearing his championship belt.
I don't remember
That's
two.
gotta be the funniest damn thing in cinematic history right there.
I don't remember two as much. I've seen one a lot, but not two as much. And I think it's on. That's half the battle. Even if you have all the streaming services, which streaming service has this on it? Hulu or Disney or Netflix or I don't know, AMC. But yeah, so sandwiches. What's your favorite sandwich if you had to choose?
I would get the same thing from Subway. Yeah, well, I pretty
Yeah.
much get the exact same sandwich no matter where I get it from. Subway, Jersey Mike's, it don't matter. I always get ham with provolone, ham, provolone with honey
Ham.
mustard
Oh,
and mayonnaise,
both. Ooh, nice.
jalapenos, black olives, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. So,
Ham. Ham's a good one.
and yeah, that's pretty much it.
You can't get it at Subway. I don't know if you get it at Jersey Mike's. And like nearby me is a Jimmy John's. In fact, I've got a sandwich in the fridge for later.
Maybe that's what it is.
For
Jimmy
coffee.
John's, not Jersey Mike's.
Well, I think they all have probably what you're talking about, your ham. Pretty much everyone will have ham and different toppings and stuff. These places don't have that though. I don't know if Jersey Mike's does. I don't go there enough. But a Reuben, corned beef or pastrami or both is my go-to. That's more of a deli style sandwich, so you don't always get those. I think you guys have a Firehouse Subs. We've got a Firehouse Subs, and I think they
I
have
think they have one. I don't know if we've ever eaten there though.
because they have a sub style version of it. I think they call it the New Yorker. I think it comes with pastrami and corned beef with some kind of cheese. But usually you have to get a deli style sandwich. So there's like a. I think you mentioned it. You have a McAllister's deli, don't you?
Mhm.
Because you talked about that. That's my go-to place for. They have both. I think they have just your regular Reuben, but then I think they also call theirs a New Yorker that has. Because isn't a Reuben? Is the Reuben corned beef, and then the New Yorker's corned beef and pastrami? I think both of them are pretty good, but those are probably my go-to now as an adult. You just can't get them everywhere. At Jimmy John's, they have like an Italian type sandwich that I think is like a ham is my favorite. So anything with ham on it. It's like ham, salami, and capicolo. I think is a type of ham or a type of pork meat. With I think all theirs is provolone for some reason, which is good, but I like a variety of cheeses. Subway's, I think Subway does their vegetables better at times. They have more vegetables and they have more cheeses, but I think the meat is better at Jimmy John's. And then I don't go to Jersey Mike's enough to know. But Reuben, I like the Reuben. Nice and tasty. I think the Reuben comes with sauerkraut and Thousand Island dressing of all toppings. It doesn't have to have Thousand Island. It doesn't have to have sauerkraut. I'm really more interested in the meat, but I think Swiss is Swiss on the Reuben. Doesn't have to have Swiss, but I like Swiss. Swiss is a good one. Munster's a good one. You don't see on a lot of sandwiches. I get that a lot of times to just eat by itself. Munster cheese. Every once in a while, what do they call them? The sharp cheddars. You ever have those that are what would you call it? Like a different, like a stronger flavor,
The
or
cheddars.
extra sharp cheddar. Ooh, it's extra sharp. Cut you. I think Gaffigan has that joke about peanuts. You have like creamy, chunky, and what was he called? Like extreme chunky. It's just
Mm-mm.
peanut. It's just peanuts at that point, right? It's not even. It's just peanuts. It's not even spreadable. I used to go with the chunky peanut variety myself. I like chunks of peanuts in my peanut butter, but they're harder to spread. I always would break the bread trying to spread the chunky peanut butter. But I think he's got a lot of good food jokes. Jim Gaffigan does. And not just Hot Pockets, right? A Hot Pockets kind of his bread and butter, just kind of a food joke. But he's got a lot of good ones. I think he has a whole thing about bacon and pie. Talks a lot about pie. I think he has a good joke about fruitcake. He's got a lot of good jokes. So where are we at? We think we'll make 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 13 minutes. Do you have enough time? You're OC, so you like those round numbers.
Yeah, but even at 10 o'clock, I always go over, so I don't
Yeah.
exactly end at exactly 10 anyways.
Well, best laid plans of mice and men. Gang after Glee. Is that the
I think
original?
at 9:50, that's gonna work for me.
2 minutes.
So 2 more minutes. I mean, hell, I mean that puts me at 2 hours and 50 minutes. I'm good with that.
2 minutes, or my Reuben is free, or pizza. Favorite pizza? You got 2 minutes on pizza? Pizza material?
So, Monday. I mean, damn, I don't know if I got anything for Monday to talk about.
Is
I
Bum going to be on Monday, or is he going to duck you again?
Bump Shadows.
Yeah,
He
he'll be ducking you.
he's got work. He started
Oh,
a new job that he does on Mondays. So
what?
that's why he's been off on Mondays.
You mean having money so you can afford food and shelter is more important than the live stream? Come on,
I know. What kind of BS is that?
what a jerk. No, I've been
Him,
trying to keep up with his live streams because I missed the Monday show, but
yeah. I mean, he's over here trying to better himself. I mean, what kind of person does that?
freaking guy, you can't trust him better than himself. What am I? Not, are we not good enough for you, Bum? I don't even know if he's still online. He's probably at his job. He's probably at another job right now. He left us. I don't see anybody chatting. Is that why he called himself Bum? Because he's a bum? Can you believe that guy? No. So is he on for Monday? Have you guys talked? Are you guys going to do another? It's been a while, hasn't it, since you guys done a live
Yeah,
stream?
we it's still Messenger, sending messages and whatnot. He responds and whatnot. So, but if we get the opportunity where he's like off work or something, he'll tune into the Monday live stream and he'll co-host with me. This past Monday, I was gonna try to get Jason on the show if
Oh,
possible, but he never responded, so I wasn't able to get him on. So, like an hour beforehand, before the show, I'm like, you know what? I'll go ahead and cancel that stream because I didn't really have much to talk about for that day. The week prior, I decided I was going to start making Mondays like topic of discussion, like one single topic.
oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay, let me do it that Monday too. But I'm like, yeah, I was gonna have Jason on, try and have him on. Let's see if this works. It didn't work out that way. So I'm like, okay, let's go back to Plan A, which was the original deal. And I'm like, you know what? No, I don't want to do it anymore. So maybe this coming Monday, maybe I'll go back to that original plan and see how that works out. Try to do that for a couple more weeks going into 2026 and
Oh,
see if
dang.
that's something I want to keep doing. Because in
Oh,
2026, I probably won't do that for live streams. I'll probably make those sort of videos as regular, everyday run of the mill videos.
mm-hmm.
And I want to see if that's something that people are actually going to watch.
Yeah.
Because they may be 5-minute videos, they may be 10, might be 15-minute videos, but are people going to tune in to watch that type of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And in live stream, it's going to give me a general idea as if this is some kind of interest. The last video, had like 40 people watch it, so I don't know. I mean,
What do
yeah,
you?
it's a live stream, so 40 people are watching a live stream compared to a regular video doesn't really give you enough information, but it does tell you something.
Is that good or bad for you? 40, is that high or low, or you'd like more? I mean,
That's a I mean, if it was like before, I would say that's so and so, but over the last several months, especially ever since I started doing dual live streams, that's extremely low now.
okay.
Because now my live streams get several hundred views.
How about your Saturday live streams? Do they get more or less views?
Um, because I have co-hosts, my live streams usually hover around a few hundred.
Oh,
So I think anything less than like let's say 300 views on a video is anywhere between 200 to 250 to 500 is about average.
well, if I'm available, I try to be available to watch your live streams, and if you needed a co-host for another night,
Yeah.
I can always come up with more food topics if you want.
Yep.
Is a
So
is a XYZ of a sandwich? We could probably just talk about things that are or not sandwiches for a couple weeks. You might lose viewers though. I don't know. That might not be good.
you're good,
All
man.
these guys do
Shoot.
is talk about sandwiches. What the heck? Reminds me of Jim Gaffigan. I think he talks about like, is he going to keep talking about pie or something like that, or cake, and then he goes to pie or vice versa? I forget how he does it, but it's like, no, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about pie now. I'm like, oh, no more cake material. How much material has this guy got about cake? Yeah,
A whole lot.
yeah. Apparently,
Shoot.
we could talk. Is there much Cubs baseball going on? Yeah, probably not. Kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Talk
But
for
I am gonna end the live stream here though, because
we missed it by
yeah,
3 minutes. Did you notice that? You missed it. Now you gotta
yeah.
wait till 7 more minutes until it's not 10 o'clock. Now you can't.
Well, this part of the live stream went over an hour, so I think I'm good now.
Yeah, no, you did pretty good. But yeah, if you need anyone for another day, and I'm available. Shoot me a message. But I'll be looking forward to
Absolutely,
Monday then with you and hopefully Bum or just you or whatever.
absolutely, man. Thanks for joining me for another stream, man. I really appreciate it.
Yep,
Always.
sorry I was late, but thanks for having me.
Oh,
It's
you're
always
good,
fun.
man. Always.
It's always fun. I kind of like it.
Always. So for everybody that's still here and everybody that's tuned in, left comments, always appreciate you guys. Um, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back with another live stream. Wednesdays, Saturdays, same thing. Guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys on the next live stream, and always stay tuned for regular videos as they're posted. Thanks, everybody. Take care, everyone.